You are wearing a cap, and it's pretty biased, but I won't say
Big
anything
cap
about
talk.
that.
What you mean? What's biased about my cap? My cap is not biased.
Cap's
You know
very
what's hilarious
biased.
about my cap?
And you know that you
What?
said this on numerous occasions that you're biased to these particular people.
I'm not biased. I've never. Okay, no, I have said that before, but I've said
Okay.
I used to be biased, and I no longer
Mhm.
hold a bias
Boom.
because I actually
Cap.
have the new system in hand.
That's
And in
nice.
my,
Cap.
excuse me.
Listen,
Say-
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I just saw the cap, so I'm just go ahead.
Okay, no, I thought you had something important to say. So, anyways,
Cap.
I actually have the system in my hand and am able to use the system. And since then, I have not used the PlayStation. So, in my humble opinion, the
Cap.
Xbox is the better console. The Xbox is the better console. And
Yeah.
and the current and out the gates currently, Xbox is winning.
Yeah. There's just more stuff to play. Like both consoles don't have anything really new to play yet. So in the Xbox is just like, well, until we do have new titles for you to play, here's Game Pass. Play like 80% of everything that's ever been released ever.
And also potentially our new games.
Right. There's gonna
I
be
got,
new games on there.
What's the name of that? I always forget the name of that game. You know why?
The Medium?
Because I want to, Medium. Yes. I want to call it Mesmerize, but I know that's not the name. But that's the first word that comes to my head.
What's
Yes.
wrong
For
with you?
some odd reason. That's just
Medium. Yeah, Mesmerize just come to my head. But
Gotcha.
yeah, you get the Medium. If
You're
you got
weird.
Game Pass, you get Medium for free. So like,
yeah.
and I brought up how like, so I was recently on a quest to get maps, the Elder Scrolls maps 3, 4, and 5, or 3, 4, and 5 to hang up on my wall. Which Reese, I'm still waiting for you to mail mine at any your earliest convenience.
I got you, because it's not really convenient to mail these things out, but yeah, I got you.
Oh no, at your earliest convenience.
I got you.
So, anyways,
humanly possible.
With the bit. What do you mean it's not easy to whatever? Anyways, so I got Morrowind, or I actually bought the OG Morrowind so I can get the map. But I popped this bad boy in my Xbox, and it was a terrible experience.
Oh boy, was that rough.
Horrible. Absolutely horrible.
So
But
now you know why.
Oh man, listen, I started with Morrowind. I just don't remember like doing anything in it. Like I was so bad at Elder Scrolls back then that like it didn't, you know what I'm saying? I don't remember nothing about
click.
it. Like,
I remember watching you play it. I was like, and we were like, this is a huge game, but what do you do?
Yeah. And I remember actually trying to use the map. What do you do exactly? I remember trying to use the map and like find my location on the it was a mess, bro.
Now you know why I started at Oblivion, because that game, just everything about it, how it looks, the menu system was rough. I couldn't tell what was going. If you were equipping something or dropping something, it was rough.
But I mean, at that, well, if you wasn't already in, if you wasn't already in Tomorrow or Elder Scrolls games, then that makes sense. But like at the time, this was the game.
Right? That was
April 29th, 2002.
I paid full price for that game. Yeah, I paid full price. We just got our Xbox. We was looking for a new game to play. I told the guy at GameStop I like RPGs. He was like, "Yo, play this. You can do anything." And I'm like,
play this.
Whatever.
Dudes went to the house. We're just like doing stuff in the game.
Listen, tell a teenager that you could do anything in a video game. You best believe I'm putting that in the console.
I bought it.
Yeah, probably.
And also, I own a PS5. And I also own a hard copy of Final Fantasy VIII.
Oh, that's a gem right there.
Good game.
But
can't do nothing with it.
It's a little divided in our community, but
can't do anything with it. It's just discs. Cannot play. Useless. I have a whole PS5, $500 system, $530 after taxes.
Oh, get
useless discs. Useless. Can't do nothing with it. All right. I'm moving on. I'm sorry. Just thought I'd throw that out there. that I was able to play Morrowind
so
from the original
basically-
Xbox on my
Mhm.
Xbox Series X, but I can't play Final Fantasy VIII from PlayStation 1 on my PS5, even though they both cost the same. That's all I was just throwing
Right.
So
that out
They
there.
basically,
both cost the
what you're
same. They
saying-
both critically acclaimed RPGs, and you can only play one of them.
I can only play one of them.
It's tough.
What you're saying is you're wearing the wrong hat.
No, I love PlayStation.
Sick. Super sick, bro. Bro,
We just
it
went
doesn't
in a
have to-
circle for no.
No, it doesn't have to be this or that. It's like I like them both.
Nah.
This one's better right now. Hopefully they drop some
Yeah.
stuff. It
All
doesn't
I was
have to be
doing
this
that's
or
where the
that. Why
Xbox
everything gotta
cap
be
was.
black
That's
or
all.
white? Absolutely.
No, you didn't. You told me I had bias towards PlayStation, and I had to prove you wrong in an essay format.
Oh, he wrote a.
I'll ask you-
He
I
had
mean,
3 paragraphs, bro. He had
a
conclusion.
dissertation and
A
a
whole
conclusion.
dissertation,
Okay, look
bro.
at you. Key going to college. But I'm gonna ask you this in about 6 months' time.
No, please do. Actually, this would be great.
will.
Like that would be
Matter of
great.
Constantly
On this
revisit
8th of
this.
March. Yes, let's
Actually-
do this. You know what? Quarterly, because 6
When-
months might be a
when
little
did
too long. We
the-
might
the-
actually forget.
Both systems came out in November, right?
November 10
November
and 12.
10th and then November 12th.
12 was PlayStation. I think.
November, December, January, February, March, April, May. So in May, we should revisit. That's 6 months after both consoles
And-
drop.
Will be up on a year. So
Oh damn!
Oh,
Yeah,
March
so
is
you're
gonna be
right.
back.
maybe our 52nd or 53rd episode, it'll be 6 months and it'll be a year since the console dropped.
Will be a year.
Well,
That'd be
a year since we did the show
crazy.
and 6 months since the console dropped.
Yeah, our 52nd episode. We got to do something specific for that one.
So something special, something
well,
gnarly.
Look, this is live. We didn't discuss this prior. It just became a revelation just now.
Boom.
So
That's how it happens. yo.
we'll think up something and we'll let y'all know.
Man,
We always
I'll
thinking
tell
up stuff
you-
on the fly. So ain't nothing.
I'll tell you how the PS5 better come out with quick resume, or else it's still gonna be in the dust of Xbox.
Yo, it's a tough feature to
Wow.
beat, bro. It's a tough feature to
Dude.
beat.
Jay was like, "Yo, I can't play no other game right now because I can't save. So I'm just gonna leave my system running for a week until
See
I
what
play
I'm
this game,
saying?
until I play Ghost of Tsushima again." I was like, that's tough, bro. Quick resume.
So,
Quick resume. Boy gotta leave he can't touch his console for a whole week. Because you can only play one game at a time.
and he can't
It's
save.
like being in
probably?
abuse. I don't even want to relate it to that, huh?
I said, and he can't save?
He's in the middle of a fight.
No, he was in the
yep.
middle of a fight
Say
and it was
less.
the end
No,
of the
no,
stream.
Say less. Say
Yep,
less.
he was in the
Say
middle
no
of a
more.
fight, couldn't save.
Say no
So
more. I know what you mean.
um
You can suspend the game to watch Netflix, but you
Oh, yeah.
cannot
yeah.
start another application.
Dude, you can't even watch a preview video, right, Reese? Or was that debunked?
I don't know what that was about, and I haven't done it since. I'm gonna do it after. Thank you for reminding me, because again, that was the only time I saw that. But yeah, I was in a game. I think I was playing Control, and we was talking about something. I'm like, all right, let me go look on the PlayStation Store, see a preview of it real quick.
Yeah.
And every time it usually starts the video immediately. I never have to prompt it or anything.
Right.
So it didn't start. So I'm like, okay, fine. Let me prompt it to start. You must close this application in order to proceed.
No good.
I had to close, like, I don't know what that was about. I'm hoping that was a bug or something like that, but I was flabbergasted that it really wanted me to close the app in order to watch a preview video on your store. So
That
yeah, you best believe you'll be hearing back from me in regards to that, whether it happened again or not.
I'll be writing to corporate.
Yeah, because
You and I may
because
be
it hasn't
writing
happened to
corporate.
me, but I also didn't like, you know what I mean? Like try it either. You know, I just go to the store and I just look at.
Did I
videos.
show y'all a video of that? Like, I think I showed y'all like it happened.
Yeah, I think I did see the video. I didn't but I
Okay.
didn't try it either.
Mm,
I just saw you.
All right, let's just hope it's a one-time thing.
Yeah.
Hopefully, shouldn't have been a one-time thing, but
it should not have been. You are right, sir. You are right.
that's neither here nor there. I just want to poke the bear. Yo, Key, bring us in really quick one time, right quick.
Yo, Reese is
You
ready
stay
to
on the
go
poke the
today,
bear,
boy. He
man.
ready to start this thing. I am
Boys,
too.
they want to poke the bear, but then always
I always
you
got
know
to
what?
poke.
I ain't
the bear.
gonna
Then
say
you
nothing.
gotta-
I ain't even gonna say nothing.
No. You always started. You gotta say something now. What's good?
Though
gotta
that's the
poke the
problem
bear.
is you always started and then you blame me.
You see what happens when I poke the bear? We came up with an entirely new potential idea in a future episode.
Can't stand you.
Mhm.
I can't stand you. Anyways, welcome everybody to another episode of Trigger Talk TV, where we talk all things video games and video games related. I am Key, of course, and I'm here with my two wonderful co-hosts, B.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen?
And Reese.
Good morning, afternoon, evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Why are you like this?
board? Global.
Why are you
Make
like
sure we have listeners across the world now. You got to make sure that I greet them appropriately.
This is actually quite true.
True. And it's
true.
It's crazy. So I'm just accommodating. That's all.
Okay. Well, we greatly appreciate you for your accommodating of our constituents.
Boom.
Our patrons,
our viewers.
Is that an appropriate word?
Patron?
I don't think so.
No, patrons, you have to pay for something.
Like a
this
shop,
is free,
right.
free entertainment.
Right. It's just, viewers, supporters, people who show love.
Viewers, supporters.
Also, me and Key did not talk about this orange hoodie thing, but it's pretty cool because orange is my favorite color.
No. You mean our orange jumpers? Yeah.
Fan, that's pretty yellow.
Huh? Mine is actually gold. I'm wearing a gold jumper, but you know what I'm saying? It's kind of in the same family.
We got gold, we got
it's in the same room. It's in the same
bronze. Did you say bronze?
I actually like gold.
Bronze.
Yeah, but bronze is more in the brown family, though.
Bronze.
That's like the entry. If you were to go from orange to brown, that's like the entry color right there.
B, you're saying B is wearing bronze right now, is what you're telling me.
I said
so if you was to put a penny, if you was to put a penny up to B's hoodie, it would be like the same color.
I know what you're saying, because copper and bronze.
Okay, I understand what the component is. I'm talking about the color. Yeah. They're the same color.
I said it was.
No, you're wrong.
From orange.
You're wrong.
Like
that is orange, bro.
Orange and brown are definitely on the same spectrum, but like if we're talking colors, like they're separate. You know what I mean? Like
yes,
if you're doing the drag thing
between the two colors.
Yeah, but like it's
you're not about to tell me he is wearing a copper bronze color hoodie, jumper, or whatever. No, I'm not hearing you right now.
All right, fine. You don't have to hear me. I said what I said.
Oh, geez.
My man's really said bronze. Can we take a screenshot of this, please, and post it on our Instagram? Because, no, this needs to happen. My man really said bronze.
Bronze.
I'm sorry, B. I don't mean to interrupt, but he just made me mad.
Getting crazy.
Bronze.
This is why. Hold on.
All right.
I'm gonna hit you at one before we done.
Okay.
Before I dive into this game, the Discord is getting crazy, y'all. Like,
oh yeah, it's a city in there. It's straight up Anakin.
No, it's a town.
Anakin town.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, it's
Besaid Island.
It's definitely growing.
What island?
Besaid
Island.
Okay, it's Besaid Island. Funny because we were just watching.
Yeah, man. Like, it's a lot of stuff going on in there. It's a spot for everybody. So if you're listening, you heard about us, hop in that Discord if you can, when you can. It's all good stuff happening there. All right. Moving right into the game that I am doing this week is It Takes Two.
It takes two, baby.
I knew it was coming because I was going to sing it too.
I wasn't going to sing it because I knew you two were going to sing it.
Chill. So
I did it last time.
Is It Takes Two. The game is devved by Hazelight Studios. That is the same team that devved A Way Out. I'll get into that in a second. The game is published by EA on the engine Unreal Engine 4. This game is being released for PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Xbox Series S, and X. Boom. All right. This game drops March 26th this year. So it's coming out about a week, 2 weeks. My very, very, very first impression of this game was co-op, platforming, puzzles. Sign me up. It's kind of easy. It was kind of like a no-brainer to me. I was like, okay, it checks a lot of my boxes for this type of game. Run it.
Okay.
But then you dive a little deeper and So as I said, this is the same dev team as A Way Out, which I enjoyed a lot. But even deeper is there was a game that came out years back called Brothers Tale of Two Sons. It's also a co-op game.
I think I remember that game. Long time, a little bit ago. Yeah,
that's
I
an
remember
old game. Yeah.
Me and Imran, we beat that game, and then come to find out that game was directed by a Joseph Fares. Now, that game was devved by Starbreeze. Fast forward to 2018, A Way Out is released by Hazelight, also directed by Joseph Fares. It Takes Two, also released by Hazelight, also directed by Joseph Fares.
So my man's really loves co-op games.
Joseph Fares knows how to make co-op games.
He knows how to make
Brothers
co-op games.
Was dope, but you could tell it was the foundation of something. A Way Out was amazing. Like, it was a great game. Like,
it was.
Like, even though it didn't have the polish of a Call of Duty or something like that, the story was there. The gameplay mechanics were solid. It was a good game. And then there was, there's a lot of stuff story-wise that happens that's really, really intriguing. And it's a different play on co-op. So
because of that game was limited to 2, I ended up watching you 2. And just from a viewer standpoint, it looked good. And I was very intrigued watching y'all playing this. So
it was like it was a story-based game.
Yeah. It's a story,
very linear story-based game.
Yep.
But just the way he attacked it was just so different, even though it had been done before.
Right. Like you had these like choices to make, or you can decide who does what, and there's a couple of different endings and things. Like, it's cool. It's a cool game. So coming into this game, it's like, well, at bare minimum, the co-op stuff should be good, right? Like, this guy has a track record. This team has a track record with the last game that they did. And this game will also have the EA Hazelight Studios approved friend pass. So like with A Way Out, if you purchased it, you got 1 free pass to give to a friend to play with you, to literally encourage co-op play, to not play it by yourself. The whole point of these games is to play with another person and interact with another person. And it's cross play, or it's cross gen, whatever you want to call it. So when I was watching the gameplay for this game, they had someone on Xbox, I believe, and someone on PC, and they were playing together simultaneously, obviously. So I thought that was cool that they made it a point to put it on all these platforms and do their best to have cross-play and cross-platform stuff. So I thought that was really cool. In terms of the game itself, so this is definitely much different from A Way Out in terms of the way this game looks and the way it plays. So It Takes Two is an action-adventure video game with elements from platforms. So, and there's a bunch of little other mechanics kind of tossed in, but it's specifically designed for split screen co-op multiplayer, just like A Way Out. A Way Out, the moment you guys would separate, the screen would split, and you guys can do stuff and talk to people and do little side quests and meet up. Like, everyone had their objectives to do in A Way Out, and it's kind of similar in this game. Like, you assume the roles of this estranged couple. So this game is being kind of portrayed as like a romantic comedy platformer, puzzler, action adventure style game. It's way less serious from A Way Out, because A Way Out was very serious. You know, it was police and things of that nature.
Yeah.
And this game is tackling a different type of relationship. Like that was friendships and things of that nature. This one is tackling the relationship of a couple. So you assume the control of Cody and May, who are converted into dolls by a magical spell. Kind of like Freaky Friday. I wish I could like have a life, or like I wish I could be you for this weekend or something. Boom, and they switch. Something similar to like that happens in this game, and they get transmorphed into these dolls. And then through the dolls and the help of the book, you're on a quest to fix the relationship. And along the way, you're doing all these quests, you're doing all these puzzles, And the banter between the two characters is nonstop. It's brilliant. Like the way the characters are coming at each other and arguing through things to find solutions is it seems really, really, really cool. I love co-op games. I love puzzlers. I love all that stuff. So I'm pretty stoked on this game. It looks really cool. It looks right up my alley.
Yeah, I was saying the way you was premising it initially, you was making it seem like it wasn't going to be as great as it work as the previous two. But it was more along the lines of it's not as serious as the previous.
It's a different kind of work, right? It's like they took the game very seriously. It has new features and new things that they haven't done before. Okay. But it's definitely a step back in terms of like realism, you know? So yeah, I just wanted to be very, very clear about that. Because if you played A Way Out and you're like, oh snap, it's the next game by them, it's like, well, hold on. Yes,
hold on.
The co-op stuff is there, but it's a different type of story. It's definitely a different type of storyline. It's definitely more funny and is like emotional because it's an estranged couple and they're trying to tell their kid that they're getting a divorce. That's how the game opens. Like that's the very beginning. Like that's in the trailers and all that stuff. And that's how the game opens. So now you're on this quest to fix it. And it's pretty cool.
It's kind of deceitful, would you say? Like that's kind of a pretty serious note. Is telling you,
right. It is a serious thing. They do it in a romantic comedy, playful way, but it's a very serious topic. You know, it's definitely affected a lot of families and all of those things. And how do you broach the subject? Or before you do that, is there a way you can fix it? So it's cool. It's definitely a cool concept. I just love the co-op and all the puzzles and all the platforming because you know it's going to be super hard and people are going to get frustrated. I would love to play this game with my significant other. I think everyone should if they have one.
Yeah, I had the intent actually. I wasn't going to tell her, but since we're out here saying this now, we're playing this game. So whatever else you have, put it on hold. But, we're playing this game.
Yep. Put it on hold.
Put it on hold. Because I ever since the initial reveal of this game, I'm like, okay, yeah, I gotta play this. Because I missed out on Brothers. Like it was a very old game. I didn't have anybody to play with. And the second game, I'm already forgetting the name of it. Everybody already had partners, so I'm like, I'm not gonna play this. So now I have this one. And it's on the newer system. It has all these cool features. I can't wait for it to release.
Yes, that is very exciting. That it is coming to PS5. It's definitely still in a transitional game though. Like it's still like PS4. Like the graphics really didn't look anything crazy, and like I saw it on PC, and it really didn't look anything new or groundbreaking or anything. It just fits kind of like that transitional mold, kind of cel shaded, but trying to put cel shaded stuff into realism. You know what I'm talking about? How like they've been doing that these days. Yeah, it's kind of like that fusion animation. It looks brilliant. It looks fun. But it's definitely a different approach from A Way Out. But yeah, for me, this is a cop, especially if it's not full price. I don't think this game should be $70. It doesn't seem
I'll give
it
40.
They don't tell you.
Yeah, like that 40 to 60 range would be.
I'll give it 40.
Would be fire. Let me actually double check on the price of this game. But
does it tell you the price? Huh.
Right. Those are the rules. Those
so Steve is at least the bottom.
That was good.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Those are definitely the rules.
Those are facts. Yeah. And Steam will not be happy with you if they catch you doing that otherwise. But that's a story for a different time.
Yeah.
So yeah, $40.
I mean, that's a story we already did. So
yeah. But yeah, $40. That's a cop. I might pre-order it now actually. Because when does it come out, B?
The 26th.
Of this month?
Yes.
Of this month.
I think
26th.
That's literally the day after the Nintendo stops selling Mario games. The Mario 25th
Oh
anniversary.
yeah, the 25th anniversary. Yep.
Yeah, it's like I think that's literally. I think they stopped selling it like the 25th.
I gotta go get a few of those myself, actually. If they aren't already gone.
No, I don't think they are.
Now, just a quick. I know this is going off topic, but that day, the 25th, is that the day that they stop pressing them, or is that the day that?
I mean, they're not just gonna pull it from shelves.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm wondering. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
they're
that
not
might
gonna
be the day
say,
they start
"Yo,
pressing
take it
them.
off the shelves. We're throwing them in the vault." Nah, like they're gonna stop
You never know,
pushing
man.
them out.
Nintendo, they could.
They definitely could.
That's the one company that would be like, take it down, take it down, take it down, take it down.
Yes, they could, but no, it's just they well, it's coming off of online completely, or the Nintendo store.
Like
You can't buy it
shop.
digitally anymore,
Right?
and then they'll stop
digital
pressing
anyway.
them. They'll no longer be pushing them out to companies to sell in stores.
Crazy.
I understand and I don't understand their reasoning at the same time. But
I don't understand their reasoning at all. It makes no sense to me. Their reasoning was literally, we want this to be a
unique experience or something like that.
Unique experience for their 25th anniversary, which it was. You gave us games for your 25th anniversary. It was a special moment. Like,
right.
You know, like sick, thanks. Like, you know what I mean?
Why take them away?
So, like you made a whole so okay. PlayStation, they made controllers for the 25th anniversary. It was like a special limited edition controller or they even made consoles, even the 500 million console, whatever. Special limited edition console. But this is different. This is a video game. You can't, like, how do you limit a video game? Like, that doesn't make any something with an online presence, a digitally purchasable presence. How do you limit that?
That would seem detrimental to your sales figure, seeing as how people are buying this like hotcakes, and you're like,
yeah,
and be done with it.
It just be done with it, dude.
It wasn't even out for a full year. What did they give it? Like 6 months or something
half
like
a year, yeah.
And then
it was around September, October that they had, if I'm remembering correctly. So yeah, about half a year.
Yeah, that company's wild.
They are wild. I'm not even gonna. I won't hold you.
Yeah. So
they make interesting business decisions. I would say that.
Interesting. Yeah, that's one way to put it. You can say, yeah, they make interesting business decisions. That's exactly what they do.
They just do Nintendo stuff.
That doesn't sound like you would use that wording.
That's probably the best. That's probably the best way to put it. They make interesting business decisions.
The most appropriate way to say it, you mean?
Yeah, appropriate way.
They be doing they be wilding, bro. They be wild.
Bro, I don't like them. I just don't like Nintendo doesn't really hold a home in my heart like that. So like I have no care for them.
He didn't really play the Zeldas like that. He didn't grow up playing he didn't play Mario heavy like that. He's just so literally.
And I had their systems. I had Super Nintendo. I had Nintendo. I had N64, and I had GameCube. I had all their systems. It's just y'all don't. You know what I mean? Y'all ain't really. Y'all ain't changed my life all like that.
Yeah, right. So it don't really affect you.
Smash Brothers. That was lit. Like, thank you. I appreciate you. I had it since Nintendo 64, so that was fire.
Oh, if they came out with Smash Brothers on SNES, that would have been ridiculous.
We'll get into this after because we got.
We're getting into this after. But yes, we have other things.
We're all set.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Can you stop bringing us down the rabbit hole here?
It takes two, baby.
Oh yeah, but it takes two.
It's definitely a cop for me.
26th,
March 26th, $40. All the platforms. Hazelight, EA, you're doing something with this team, and you guys are putting out these cool co-op games. I'm all about it. All about it.
EA doing something right. Look at that.
Yeah, right. Until they start charging you.
You want a skin? Buy this loot box.
Man. They're gonna start charging you for skins. They're gonna start charging you for separate parts of the story.
There's a loot box in that game.
Charge me for separate parts of the story, bro. I'm coming to headquarters personally.
Bro, I'm telling you, they're gonna start charging.
I'm masking
be
up
loot
and I'm
boxes
going
in
to the
that game.
headquarters. Yeah, dude, that's absurd.
I'm masking up and I'm going.
Yeah, bro.
You
Like I'm
gotta- you
going with
gotta-
like a legion of hand sanitizer to go have a
At the end of the
conversation.
game, you got a loot box for the proposal ring because they fixed their.
The proposal DLC. Oh
Yo, I'm
Yeah,
getting
the proposal
heated right
DLC.
now. You gotta stop.
yo, we
Bro,
gotta stop.
yeah.
Cause you
I
know
don't trust
EA be
EA,
like, yo,
man.
you want to hear the background music? It's really good. It was done by Drake. Oh, I sick. 18 bills for the music.
For the music, that's the same price as the CD. And guess what? You can't even get the audio after the fact. It's still locked in the game.
Crazy.
Yo,
Yeah.
stop.
Crazy.
Listen, EA, you setting a good example for yourself right now.
Right.
Keep it that way.
Right. With
Keep
the
it that
friend
way.
pass, you get like EA
Yes.
giving away a game.
When I
for
heard that,
free?
I'm like,
Crazy.
EA did that?
Crazy.
That's different.
That's different.
So, all right, that's enough for them. It's a cop for me also. What about you, Key?
Nah, EA's doing it.
Oh,
I'm good.
okay.
Really?
No, I'm interested.
All right. I want
I'm
to see how
interested.
genuine that response was.
But I mean, oh yeah, no. I'm interested. Never mind. I was thinking, I was like, but it's for PS4, and I don't have that. But I forgot PS5 is backwards compatible. Like it goes back one console.
Man's got
So,
the hat on and forgot he could even do that. He was like,
Yeah.
I don't think.
I was
mean,
like, well, I
I'm
won't
looking at
really
digital
be able to
anyway.
get to play it. But
And what's crazy is this isn't the first time that you've forgotten that it had.
no, bro, I don't
that.
play it. I don't use the console.
Yeah, he doesn't
man.
touch it.
I don't touch it, and like, I honestly, I kind of miss going hard in Call of Duty.
I was
wasn't
going to say
gonna ask.
recipes Doom Squad.
I was like,
Yeah.
what happened with duty?
Because,
I
man,
haven't played none of that. I mean, since I started my own thing, especially. But like, man, yeah, that console's collecting dust, man. I kind of low key wish I just got the Xbox and just like got a PS5 later on down the line, because. But I mean, I did say I was going to get both, and I do have both, so like
Right.
it makes sense. that
we
I have
did
both.
all say we was getting both. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but man, is that console?
I've kind of gotten mine. I have a
Paperweight.
Series S. I will be getting a Series X relatively soon for my personal consumption. So,
Yeah, I'm gonna get a Series X.
I'll be number 2.
I already got the spot for it. It's ready. It's right there. It's all good to go.
Series S. You see the
Got-
Series S has
I
this
redid
nice
my
slim
desk.
profile.
Got space.
Mhm.
We got space.
Oh yeah, the Series X is kind of big, huh?
No,
It's
it's like
it's a cube.
Yeah,
it's weird.
it's thick. Like it's
It
wide.
takes up it takes up no space and a lot of space at the same time.
No space and a lot of space at the same time.
Because
of-
it's technically like small, but
It's kind of hard. Like, hold on, let me put my hand.
It's like
You see-
another one of
you
those.
see how wide the Series
So,
S
like,
is?
Yeah, this
It's
is
like probably two of these.
2 of that.
Yeah, it's like one more of those,
All right.
but
Yeah,
Yeah,
neatly
like one and a
stacked.
Same
half
length.
of those.
You know? Yeah.
Because this is small.
Yeah.
This is like, you remember the slim PS2? Like stack 3 of them things on top of each other. You got this. So I would just
Bro.
want to make sure I space it appropriately.
Yeah,
Also,
like I was looking at somebody's setup on, I think it was Instagram or something, and they had the PS5, the Xbox, and the Switch all next to each other. And it was like, that PS5 is just a behemoth, bro. And it's like, for what?
Massive.
You don't even got quick
Man.
resume. For what? Would you that big for?
Yo, quick resume is the greatest feature, bro. It's really the greatest feature. You could be in the middle of a boss fight playing a game, and a new game drops on Game Pass. You're like, oh, let me go try this game out. Go play that game, get your bearings in that game. Like, I'm not really feeling it. Go back to your boss, literally in the middle of your go back
Mid-boss
to your
fight.
boss fight
Ready to
and
go.
just continue on. And you can do that. I haven't heard of a cap yet, but I think it's like it's at least 5 to 6 games. Oh, I think it depends on the RAM, like
the amount of
game
RAM that the
itself.
game
the
allocates.
RAM
Yeah,
it uses. Yeah.
Yep.
So the older the game, the less of a footprint it takes up. Basically, less
Burden
space it takes.
on your RAM.
So
Mhm.
yeah,
it's dope. It's dope. It's dope. It's
dude,
dope. It's like
dude.
you like. It's literally like we're coming into next gen. Your console should be able to do some next gen stuff, and the PS5.
Bro.
Until I actually use it, I don't see myself using it. Like I have it right now. I'm gonna install games on it relatively soon.
bro.
That
When it
just
comes out.
that just sounds
Bro.
like cap.
Like the sound, it sounds good on paper, but I haven't used it yet. So
Like
It sounds
Imagine-
different.
right now.
you press the PS button and then you just go start another game.
It's literally like Reese.
Again.
That, you know what makes no
okay,
sense?
again, you can say it to me as many times as you want. That is different hearing it and actually experiencing it yourself.
You got the Series S. You're gonna be able to do it, but literally, bro, it makes no. There's literally, and I mean this in the most literal sense. There's literally no way to downplay this feature.
Yeah,
to say
I'm not downplaying it. All I'm
I'm
saying
not
is
saying
when
you're
I
down.
use
I'm not saying you. You saying you wouldn't be able to. You wouldn't use it, or you don't see yourself using it. Like, you don't have to close a game. You don't like, even if you don't like, even if you know how you just put your game in your console into sleep or whatever, you go walk with. It's like the same thing. Like, you just load up another game. You don't even have to think about it.
Right.
You just go load up another game.
Right. It's like when you use your phone, you're automatically using the accelerometer. You don't intentionally be like, I'm going to use the accelerometer. It's just you just use it because it's
you know what? That's
there,
a perfect example. That's a perfect example because when you're using your phone, you don't open the app, close that app, and then go open another app.
You don't do that.
You just open
mash
the app and then you just go open another app.
Some apps I do.
If it's malfunctioning, but otherwise you just run it. You don't you literally will.
Don't
like,
think of it as countering it.
Reese, you have literally told me don't hard close my apps because it makes my phone work harder to open up my apps again.
To reopen it.
Literally told me this.
Yeah, that's running from the parent company.
That's what the Series S does. It quick resumes. When
I use it, I'll let you know.
I have a bunch of games in the background.
I will let you know,
bro.
Like, you don't even think about it. Like, just hearing the feature, it's just amazing. Like, it's so amazing to me. It's so amazing to me. Like, you don't even have to think about it. He's like, all right, I'm playing Street Fighter. I'm gonna go start up Call of Duty with you guys and just go. And then when I come back to Street Fighter, like whatever I was doing in training mode, I'm still there. Boom. And then, all right, bet. Let's go play DOS 2. I just go load up DOS. I'm right there on the screen. Like, I don't have to wait for the game to load up or none of that. It's crazy. It's wonderful. Wonderful.
Now, if you shut off the console, are those games still active?
If you shut it off,
if you shut off the console,
like
if you shut off the console,
same thing on the PS5. You shut it off.
Base feature, if you shut off the console, it puts into sleep mode, which no, you turn it back on, and all 5-6 games that you were playing are still there,
ready to go.
But if you turn off sleep mode,
I see you answered that already. Okay, I'm sorry.
If you turn off sleep mode for whatever reason, and actually hard turn off your console, then no, it's gonna.
Yeah, it's like if you turn off your PC, that's it. It kills all the processes.
Yeah,
you can't run a process with no power. You turn it off, it's over. It's done. You shut it off.
So no, it's not gonna work like that.
When I use it, I'll let you know.
Yeah. And in any case, I don't know, bro. I'm gonna be covering a game some have heard of, maybe, possibly, called Fantasian. And a lot of Final Fantasy fanatics may have heard of this already because it is made by the Final Fantasy originator Hironobu Sakaguchi, his studio Mistwalker. And I kind of want to talk about how a little, just, I'm not even really going to go too far into it, but when I was looking up this game in their studio, it was kind of like I know Hironobu Sakaguchi is like he's famous within the video game creating world, but every time they wrote an article about the studio, it was Hironobu and Mistwalker. Like, he's also in the studio, that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. It's like, I know he's the face of it, or
you said that rubbed you the wrong way,
because that's like saying Reese and Trigger Talk TV. Like, if you were the face, or you the popular one, whatever the case may be, what I'm saying? If you had clout or whatever, it's like saying Reese and Trigger Talk TV. Like, nah, it's all one. It's one. That was just a little something that bothered me. I just wanted to bring it up. Like, literally every article.
It just goes hand in hand when you make a company. Like, you don't like you don't say Tesla. It's a tie to Elon Musk. You know what I mean? It's like they usually would be like Elon Musk. And Tesla.
But Elon Musk isn't in the lab behind. No, Hironobu he's actually in the studio. Like, he works for the studio. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's different.
Yeah, it's just a superstar at your thing, It's like LeBron and the Lakers. Like,
that's what I'm like. That's crazy.
He is
bro.
a Laker, but it's like
to the rest of the team.
He's the marquee. It's who you're going to go see. It's why you know the studio exists.
But the studio exists.
Now, I didn't know Mistwalker was a thing until it was like, this is the Final Fantasy dude. It's like, oh, let me pay more
Oh,
attention.
well, you know what? I'm glad you said that because Mistwalker also brought us a game that I've never heard of, but I know it's popular within the the RPG realm. A game called Blue Dragon. I've never heard of
How does
this
it
game.
sound familiar?
Yeah, I've never heard of this game personally, but it's very popular. I think it's similar to like Dragon Quest. But Mistwalker's behind that. But Mistwalker is also behind Lost Odyssey, which is a game that I had beat recently, like last month. Actually, I just beat this game last month for the first time, and that game is absolutely phenomenal. And at the time, I was told that it was made by the creator behind Final Fantasy and the musician Nobuo Uematsu. Like that's all I knew about the game. I didn't look into who actually was by, but those but that it's by Mistwalker. Like those two are in Mistwalker. So like if I was
they got a good track record going basically.
Yeah, Mistwalker. Oh yeah, they know.
Because I looked at Blue Dragon. It's like in the middle on Metacritic, like 77, but I saw like a 5, 10, 7, 10. I saw IGN gave it a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
So it's funny that I didn't hear of this game either, actually.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never heard of Blue Dragon, but apparently it was like a really good game. I know in my humble opinion, Lost Odyssey is a phenomenal game.
Yeah, Lost Odyssey's sick. And I didn't even play it. I just watched people play it. And
I watched it play.
This is a good RPG. This is what you came here for.
Yeah, Lost Odyssey is fire. And with that being said, they know what they're doing with RPGs. So this game, it's also the music is also done by Nobuo Uematsu. He's part of Mistwalker. So like he's gonna be doing the music for
he does whatever he wants,
if not all their games. Yeah.
But Square's like, yo, we need you. He'd be like, I'll come by for this one.
You know what? A fun fact. I found out that where is it? Nobuo, this might be his last
score. Yeah, I read that this morning. I was hurt.
I said when Reese sees that, he's gonna be crushed.
I was hurt. This man has been bumping in my headphones for the past 20 plus years.
Yeah, apparently
he's scored thousands of songs.
He almost didn't do the score for Fantasian because of health-related issues. And then he was able to muster up and get his strength together, and he did 60 pieces. He did the entire score for the game. But yeah, he might just like submit some stuff moving forward versus
and that was the title is kind of sensationalist. He won't do full scores. He'll do, like you said, individual.
Yeah, he'll submit some stuff. Like he won't. Yeah, this might be his last fully scored game.
Oh man.
No. In any case, in this game, the story takes place in a realm ran by machines. Players take control of a main character named Leo, who wakes up in a machine realm after a massive explosion with only one memory, that of a girl named Kina. The player then goes on a journey to reclaim his lost memories. It's like a super, what's the word I'm looking for? Cliche JRPG story. At least.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, it's I mean, even Sakaguchi even said that it has a lot of traditional JRPG aspects. You're going to collect different information from different towns, talk to NPCs, travel dungeons, and you have random encounters and turn-based combat. Like it's your atypical JRPG. But what's not atypical is two things. The first thing that'll absolutely stand out to you right away, there's no ignoring it, is the environment and how everything you see in the environment are actual sculpted little handcrafted dioramas. Yeah. They're little dioramas. There was over 150 made by 150 different artists. Now the team itself is a 15 or 20 man team. So they outsourced for these little dioramas. And Sakaguchi says the benefit of using real environments in the game is allowing designers to see new opportunities in game design. But on the other side, once the artist starts work on the level, like that's it. That's a firm decision. Like there's no going back. That is the level that you're gonna have in the game.
You can't change it now.
You can't change it. Like so you have to in the concept phase, you have to know everything that you want to happen in that part, in that scene, in that part right there, and then that's it.
You got to future proof the whole game, Reese. The
Future
whole
proof
game.
everything.
Yeah, that I was gonna say. Yeah, that it's what's the word I'm looking for? It is very limiting, yes, because that diorama is sculpted. You can't. It's not malleable anymore. Whatever you got, you got.
Yeah,
but
and he was saying like it's different how on a 3D created level you can just go back and add a road if you want for a side quest or something like that. Like, no, you got to think about all of that right when you in the design phase and the construction of it all, not the construction, before the construction.
I can imagine that this would you think that this reduced costs, because now it's static. You have to use this, so now you don't have to worry about utilizing more funds that make said changes or have to build upon it in like CGI and things like that.
Nah,
like,
I don't think
this the physical realm. This is it. So you just got to like just zoom in on it, put the character models where they need to be, things like that.
So the way I think of it as, right, you already have people at your company, right?
Okay.
And I just said they have 20 people and they had to outsource 150 people for this. So if you was doing something 3D, they're already on payroll. They're doing their job as normal. With you outsourcing, you have to go in and reach in your pockets and pay people that you wouldn't normally have to pay, 150 of them, by the way, to create these levels. So I think this is more expensive.
Like,
that's how I'm looking at it.
Indie teams usually outsource work. You know, they'll spend a couple grand here, a couple grand there, 40 grand there, and be straight. But like Key said, it's 150 contractors for just the environment. That's not, now you're not even talking about contractors to help you code the game, to help you do whatever else. Like he said, it's a team of 15, so they'll probably do a lot of it, but they're gonna need help.
Did they say how big those dioramas were?
I was looking. They didn't say themselves.
They look great. I saw some
because if you said they were huge.
No, I said they look great. Like I saw pictures of them. Like,
they're
so tiny, and like all the detail is just exquisite.
Yeah, I was gonna say if they were small, it could. All assumptions, obviously, but I can only imagine how much it could have cost if it was like something like in the palm of your hand or something that's half the size of your desk.
Right.
Yeah, they're like.
I want to say they're like
the palm of your hand. Yeah, they're not that big.
Yeah.
Probably, somewhere around there. But honestly, I think they may be ruler sized, honestly, just to get everything in. Because I
the picture I saw, like the guy was holding it in his actual hand.
Oh, he was actually holding it in his hand.
Holding it in his hand.
Okay,
It was like this big. It was like as big as like a Funko Pop or something like that. Like it wasn't.
Okay,
it was
yeah,
like this
that's
big.
yeah.
You know, it was like that's really it. So, but again, like some of that stuff is expensive. You know, like to get that stuff made by an artist. Like, of course, like maybe they helped out. They might be a Final Fantasy fan, but all 150 of them, I don't know. You just don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Could have been some were done for free.
All we can do is
and some had to be paid for. You know, you just don't know. Just don't know.
I mean, but their expenses aside, the outcome of it is very beautiful, and it works really well because it looks real. It kind of looks like what you would see in like, I think, what is it called? Like stop animation. Kind of looks like that, or what you what's the name of that movie? America. What is it called?
Team America.
It's called Team America.
I want to say Team World Police by South Park.
Yes.
Okay.
Like something like that. Like, but it kind of gives me that kind of vibe.
It's
that
almost claymation, but it's not.
Almost
like
almost claymation.
Like kind of like Robot Chicken, almost. Like it's almost Robot Chicken.
Robot Chicken, all of that type stuff. It gives me that type of vibe.
Times.
Yeah. Well, similar to this game, Robot Chicken, like stop animation. Like he used like he
stop
had
motion animation,
crazy claymation to do that. Like he had to do all this. Like some of those episodes took hours to make for like 15 minutes.
We're like frame.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's the people who have patience for that are amazing.
Yeah, I know, absolutely insane. But they didn't use stop animation in this. This is real dioramas for your background and your setting, and 3D characters superimposed on top of it. Which it came out looking great. So, like I said, there's two things that you will see that will stick out to you completely. That was the first thing. You can't ignore that. Like that was
you can't ignore the world. It's cool.
There's no ignoring that. And then the second thing is their battle system, and their battle system is super duper cool.
Wait till y'all see this.
Interesting.
Yes, it's very, very interesting, and it's something that they're calling the Dimungion.
I was trying to figure out what that word was when we was watching the video.
It's called.
It's a combination of dungeon and dimension. So however you want to combine those two words.
Yeah, it's dimension and dungeon mixed up. So it's Dimengeon. Dimension.
Yeah.
Dimension dungeon. Oh,
Dimension. And so what happened? So this is what like they wanted. So they wanted you to see the world, and I guess while they was like in their play testing or they was playing the game, as they was running around and enjoying everything, they felt as though the random battles were, I guess, troublesome or bothersome, or they just got in the way of them trying to see the environment or run around, and whatever they thought, that's what they thought. So they came up with the Dimension, where every time you get into a random battle, you throw it into what actually happens is you're throwing them into another realm. Because like I said, this game's setting and the story is based around, it's just a slew of realms and dimensions. So you throw them into another realm, into a dungeon in another realm, and you cap out at 30. And mind you, it's not just one. It depends on how many enemies you would have ran into that battle. So sometimes you would throw 4, 1 in there. Sometimes you would throw 3 in there. Sometimes you throw 4 in there. Yeah, it depends on whatever battle that was going to be. You throw them in there. And then see, they didn't explain. This is what I thought. What happens after you cap the dungeon, and then you're still running around some more? They didn't show these in none of the videos, so I don't know.
What do you mean?
Huh?
Oh, what happens when you?
So you have a cap when you send them to a dungeon.
It's 30. Yep,
it's a cap of 30, and you can fight. You can go in there, and then you can go in there and fight all 30 at the same time, or whatever you decide to go. Whenever time you decide to go in there and fight, you fight all of them. Whatever you sent there at the same time. My question was, what happens when you send 30 there, but you still want to run around? Is the next battle you run into a mandatory fight?
I'm going to assume it's mandatory, or it might be a rolling system. So, because I noticed this, and I might be incorrect actually, but I swore I saw that number go down. So I'm assuming if like you cap at 30, you slash another enemy or however you get them in there, the very first enemies that you submit in there fall off. That group falls off, and then this new one could come in. And it might be a group of X, so you might actually, I don't know. It might be a rolling count. It might be a forced fight. It could be either one of those.
It's either a forced fight or some sort of you some sort of you lose the fight. It's either one of the or the other.
You lose the fight,
like Haris is saying. Like they either force you to fight all of them, or you lose a fight, or you lose your opportunity for experience.
Like I said,
you might add one, and the first one you had falls off. Who knows?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah. So they didn't go into that. There was nothing on that. That was just a question that popped up when I was doing the research on the game. In any case, it's a cool system. It's all, you can also turn it off if you just want to run into battles. If you know what I'm saying, you just want to run into them as they come, play it traditionally. It's all up to you. I thought that was cool. Give me the option. Yeah. Another thing about the game is that it was designed. It's for what is it? Apple Arcade.
That's the other big thing.
That's the kind of bummer. I said that's the kind of bummer.
Yeah, it's a bummer for me. I wish it was on console, but when I read this part that I'm about to say, it was designed for touchscreen games or for touchscreen devices. So the design for that went into making this game. With that in mind, I don't know how well it's going to translate towards the controller. Maybe it might, with these days, it might translate well. But the initial design process was for touchscreen, so it's going to work best on something, a device that is touchscreen,
like a tablet or a phone.
Yeah, it's for tablet. It's for the iPhones.
Yeah.
and,
Or a
and
Switch.
all that jazz. Switch is touchscreen, isn't it?
Switch is touchscreen.
I don't use the touchscreen feature on my. When do you use the touchscreen
Yes.
feature? You want to look at me like that? How often you use touchscreen?
I have a number of games on there that utilize the touchscreen.
Really?
Mine isn't just my RPG machine.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Everybody doesn't use it like
Everybody's Switch is different. Yeah,
y'all just use y'all switches for RPGs.
but
Yeah, nah. I play some other stuff on there. I play other stuff on
it
there.
has a touchscreen.
Okay,
Yes,
that's fair. That's
It
fair. I
does have a
forgot.
touchscreen. Yeah, dude, I'm excited for this game. I'm pumped for it. Like I already paired a DualShock 4 to my Apple TV. I'm like ready to go. I'm ready to play this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, see, now you're going to be like the first test because it's going to be interesting how that's going to work with controller.
I will let you guys know.
I'm curious.
I'm going to get this game. I'm going to play it.
Another thing that I thought was cool about the game was that they have this line system. This wasn't explained either. This was something that I saw through videos, which you guys can freely look up on YouTube
It's fire.
or whatever. Huh?
It's
fire.
really
But
cool.
go ahead.
Yeah,
it's cool.
and the game is looking really, really dope. But so they have this line system where it's a traditional JRPG, turn-based, whatever. The characters don't move, but like I said, you're attacked and like the enemies can come at you in groups, or you can just go fight a group of 30 at the same time. So you have this line where if you're throwing a projectile or magic-based move or something like that, you set up this line, and anything that touches that line is getting hit. So you can line it up and hit everything in that spot. And so with that being said, you can also curve that line. They didn't explain how this happened. They only showed it happened. So a person they lined it up straight, and they was hitting like 2 people. They didn't really like that, so they moved it down. They hit like 2-3 people. They didn't really like that, so they moved it to the edge, and then it turned into a curve where it curved and it hit 5 enemies. So
like
they said
5-6 people. Yep,
it was like an ice attack, and it went in a curve. We was like,
Blizzard.
We lost our minds.
They hit him with ice in a curve.
Yeah.
It was really good. It like this game has a lot of really, really, really cool features in it. And I'm thinking it's going to be something fire that they pull out. And
it looks cool, man. That thing looked cool. Like it had the one guy with the straight line, and it went and like well, I don't know if it was a sword ability or
it was like a weird star.
It fired through and it went through
reference
to it. Right.
Yeah.
And it went straight through like 2 or 3 enemies, and then it went to the next character and he curved it. We was like, oh, that's a cool system.
Yeah,
that's what I'm looking for with JRPGs. Give me something cool,
new,
something different to try within your battle system. It's a JRPG. There's not a lot you can do, but there's enough where you can come up with some cool ideas. And I thought that was looking sick.
Absolutely. And the last bit that I thought was interesting, I thought was cool, is that some Final Fantasy lovers will like this bit of information, I think. Sakaguchi also said that Fantasian was partially inspired by his work on Final Fantasy VI. He and some colleagues that had worked on that game got together and played on the SNES Classic, and when he played it, he said that really renewed his interest and love in the classic JRPG genre and gave an opportunity to return to my roots.
Wow, it sounds like it might be his last game too, huh?
Like, you know what? Let me just pop in this game that I made in the mid-90s.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, this game was fire. Hold on. Let me make something else based on this real quick.
This is a heater.
We did something with this.
Right, let me make something else. Yeah. It's dope, man. Again, I'm a part of the crew at Key. I didn't really play 6 like that, but I do know and respect it as being this special story, the best Final Fantasy ever. I didn't experience it, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Hironobu was like, hold on, who made this game? Oh, wait, I did.
Oh, you think they had one of those moments? Who made this? Oh, me.
Anything is, me.
Yeah, classic.
Using himself as inspiration. I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah. Dope, man.
But
yeah, that's pretty much what I saw there. And it looked dope. It really did look dope.
Yeah.
I'll be subscribing to Apple Arcade.
Apple Arcade, which is $5 a month.
I'll be subscribing for the couple of months that it might take me to beat the game, and then
I hope I beat this this week. So I
getting
can
unsubscribed.
get the free trial, and
Yep.
then
I'm gonna try and beat this game within the free trial. Because you know what's funny is when Apple Arcade first did its like thing and it like launched official. I was like, oh, let me grab it, and I was like, nah, let me wait. I'm so glad I waited.
Something
so now I
that
can
you
enjoy
want.
the free trial, so I can play this game because I am pumped for this game. Like in playing all of this Bravely Default 2, I'm really pumped to play another cool, interesting JRPG. But
This game got me in the mood to play something good. So when I'm done with BD2 and attacking my backlog, I'm gonna need something else. And this is it.
Seems like a fun little game you can stab away at in your spare little free little time or whatever. Have a little fun.
Exactly.
Sure. And I'm assuming it's gonna have cross progression. Like I'll pick it up on my iPad, play a little bit there, go in the room, pair my DualShock to the Apple TV. Play
I didn't know Apple Arcade existed until like yesterday, bro. So I have no idea how it works. idea how it works.
Yeah.
I knew it existed. I still don't know how it works.
The
so
only thing I
I'm
play
right
on
there
my
with
Apple
you.
TV is Hitman Go. It's the only thing I play on there right now. I keep it on there for like a late night. Huh? No, it's just like you can just download it right onto your Apple TV. But now with the Apple Arcade, I think all your games are inside of that thing now.
Oh,
So
I'm about to say because
it's not just a regular Apple game. It's like you got to go. That's an Apple Arcade, right?
What, the Hitman Go?
Hitman Go.
So Hitman Go, the moment I got that Apple TV like 3 years ago, I installed that. Like you just install it like a phone. It's literally you just download as long as it's
the same thing. Yeah.
What is it? TV OS. As long as it's TV OS compatible.
Yeah, TV OS.
You can just play it. Like I played a soccer game on there. I played a couple of things, but then I deleted everything and I just keep that on there. But
cool.
I'm pumped to throw this on there. Let's see.
I will be installing this as well.
Yeah.
Who knows? We might toss about a review on it also because this game is hype.
It is looking hype.
No, the game looks really, really, really good. Like if you have not seen it, again, it's called Fantasian. It's literally Fantasia with the F with the N at the end. That's it. And it's by Mistwalker, which is Hironobu Sakaguchi's studio, and it's looking really fire. It's looking like a really, really good game.
It's looking like a cop. It is looking like a purchase. Well, you don't have to buy it as long as you have Apple's. What is it? Apple Arcade.
Apple products.
Apple Arcade. Yeah.
Get you an Apple product. If you got one, you can go ahead and give this game a
I wonder where that decision came from. Like of all things to put this,
maybe to launch, to have a huge game on there, like a huge name on your platform to really give it some attention. Because like without this, I'm still not using my free trial. I'm still not turning Apple Arcade on without this game. So maybe they were all right. Well, let's attack because the mobile industry is definitely ruled by like gotchas and kind of like progress-based RPGs and tap games and things of that nature. So it's like, why not throw this out there? I don't know.
Also, they made The Last Story. Mistwalker made The Last Story for the Wii. You guys heard about that RPG?
I've heard of it, yeah, but I never played it.
Just heard about it recently. I think it was supposed to be good, but I don't know.
I think it was supposed to be good.
I think it was supposed to be good. I don't know. All right. That's crazy.
I can't believe you completely forgot that the Switch had a touchscreen. You don't at least tap the screen to like turn it on. You could do that too,
Oh, I don't be doing that.
I literally had no idea. Well, bro, no, because when you pull it off of the dock, it turns on by itself. It turns on.
And tap the screen 3 times.
And
I press A on my thing.
Because it's the same thing. And you just
I pick it up, I hit the power button, and I press A 3 times.
I press A 3 times.
Like we use our Switch different. I have my docked right now, and I Joy-Con from bed, so I don't do that. When I pick my Switch up, it's Joy-Con list, so I'm like tap, and I'm in.
Why would you walk up to your console without Joy-Cons in hand? That's awkward.
Because maybe I moved them to where I'm gonna dock it next.
Yeah, I don't know.
Listen, man, anything's weird,
bro.
I just move weird.
Yeah, I don't right now. I don't take the Joy-Cons off right now because I'm playing a JRPG, so I don't really.
You also have a pro stick, so
Oh, yeah.
My
Pro Stick.
Switch is broken on the right side, so I like have to take off my Joy-Cons. Like, so that's why I have to play my Switch. And yeah, there's like literally no point in me. Like, even when I go to like put in my password to get into the Nintendo store, I use my Joy-Cons. I don't touch the screen to do that.
it takes way too long to do with the Joy-Con. So I tap
There's
that
like
thing in.
almost no call for me to touch there is no call for me to touch the screen at any time.
Yeah,
That's
like
fair.
unless the game requires me to do so, and I haven't had one yet. Like I'll use the Joy-Cons for the gestures. Like if I really want to dive into a game, like for Breath of the Wild, I detach the cons and I just played the game like that. You know, with the sword swings and you can do the bow and all that stuff. Like you just get used to it. Like you just get used to sitting there and doing the gestures. You just get used to it. But anything else? Nah, just I either use a controller or I keep the Joy-Cons attached.
See, now the difference with me is, first of all, this little whatever the hell this little dinky thing is, I don't know what is this thing called? The little Joy-Con holder
Whatever,
controller.
you can miss me with that thing.
This thing sucks. This thing, your hands are basically, this is how you got to play with your hands overlapping.
Oh,
like,
and imagine me, bro.
Like
family. It's not
dinky,
family,
bro. Look, my hands on the little Joy-Con controller, my hands are overlapping, right? And my fingers are still in a good position to use the controller. Like, this makes no sense. Like, nobody's using this. No adult individual is using this thing, right? This thing sucks.
But I wouldn't say no, but
I can.
There's a lot of people who
like.
No.
Saying no to a single adult is exaggeration.
Yeah,
but
that thing for me is a force. I can't, bro. I miss me with it. Like
that
someone else, sure.
Like
you know, like it works for my wife, you know. But I stop.
I used the GameCube controller for a long time. And then the C-Stick had severe drift, where I got to the point where I just threw it away. And literally ever since then, I have not bought a new controller. I've just been using the two sticks in my hand, like as is, just one stick in one hand, one stick in the other hand. And that's how I play my games. I've been doing that
for this.
That broke. Yeah, my GameCube, I had the wireless GameCube controller and it broke. The C-Stick just severe drift. And I just used
drift.
I just use the Joy-Cons just in my hands like this. I'll be just playing like this.
Yeah. You get used to it. You really do.
And
I said, like you get used to them like that, just like kind of loose. Like it's actually comfortable to just play the game with them loose like that and just like pressing buttons.
Your hands naturally fall in the right position.
Yeah, like you just lamping. Like you could just they did something smart with that, Nintendo, because you could just lamp, just hold them and just be like, yeah, we chilling. You know, like
I always get the stink face when I mention this, but I actually when I play BD2, I play with single Joy-Con.
Yeah, that's weird. Don't do that.
I'm just like,
oh, you turn it sideways?
No, there's a single Joy-Con option.
Single, like you can do everything on one hand.
Oh, that's kind of tech. That's kind of tech.
L is confirmed. ZL is cancel. You brave with up. Well, default with down.
I do that now anyway.
Yeah, there you go.
I use the two R's to do the brave, and if I change my mind, you can get the points back.
Yeah.
I hate it.
But one hand, it just do everything. Come on,
Reese,
you gotta give it a try.
I'm gonna try it tonight. I'm gonna try it.
Don't be doing that. That's just weird.
I'm gonna try left hand so I can
have you tried it?
Right.
Huh?
Have you tried it? Look at that. See? B's already coming with ideas.
What?
Joy-Con in the left, phone in the right.
Yeah, might have to try it, bro. I'm gonna have to try it.
Phone in the right?
Yes. Huh? When you're in the loading screen, just get a quick Instagram swipe and it's done. Come on.
Yo, Reese,
have you tried it?
You might have did something.
Have you tried it?
I have not.
Okay.
I will not.
After we're done, like 5 minutes, just 5 minutes.
Yo, listen.
Just 5 minutes. That's all I want.
If I'm playing like Mario or something, nah. But a JRPG where the character's literally just standing there until I decide what they do.
Standing there, and then I get out of battle. I'm walking around some more, get into a battle, doing the same. Come on, man.
Let me see. Let me see.
No, it's not. I'm not about to play a whole game, an entire game with one.
See. Look at me.
Right now.
First of all, I can't even do that. I cannot use my phone while I'm playing the game. It's one or the other, and I get in trouble for that all the time. But it's one or the other. I get in trouble all the time, but it's one of the
See,
other.
look, he's already getting his practice.
Oh, I'm
this is
practicing
great.
right now. Believe
I'll
that.
be crazy deep into BD2, crazy deep. I'm doing my thing. We vibing, chilling. Boom, 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 boom. I go look at my phone. Why ain't you answering the phone? I said, do we need milk? Blah blah blah. I'm getting hate mail like
Now,
crazy.
Pete, if you had your phone in your hand while you was in the middle of that battle,
No,
you would have saw that. You
not
should have got
doing
that milk. Come
No,
on.
I'm not doing that.
Yo,
I'm
you could
not.
be like, full send. You know what I'm saying? For one character right here. Boom.
You in the
Check the
action?
text.
Oh, let me
I'm
check my
with it.
messages real quick. Come on.
You know,
I'm with it.
That's just a disrespect to the video game designers that I'm not giving their game my full attention.
How they implemented
What?
a
They're the one
single
that
mode.
implemented
They're the
it.
ones that made it.
they didn't do that so that you can use your phone while you play the game.
Oh, so
Why else would they do it
give you an
then?
option to be like one hand, so you have a hand free? It's nice.
They are freeing your entire hand to do with whatever you please.
You know
yo, Reese, you might
Come on,
have
see?
did
My
something.
God.
Can we get
My
to the next
God, my
topic?
God.
Can we move on?
Well,
Can we
this-
move
We
on?
are on the
We
next
are-
topic
yo,
because we're
Reese.
talking about the Switch.
No,
See?
they're talking about Bravely
Perfect
Default.
segue.
Let's talk about
No,
the Switch.
we're talking about Switch usability. I don't want to hear your mouth.
Well, something you can do with the Switch now, and hopefully they keep it going forward. For some games, you can play with one hand and play on your phone at the same time.
Yeah, see, B already got a ticking point. I love it. The Nintendo Switch was unveiled October of 2016, nigh on 5 years ago. This was in reaction to several quarters of financial losses in 2014 attributed to poor sales of a particular console and additional competition in the mobile space because, you know, Nintendo loves the mobile space. Since the Game Boy, they've been nigh on dominant.
Mhm.
So came out with the Switch. They designed it as such so to aim at a wide
You said, I'm
demographic.
sorry, run that by me again. You said what?
What did I say?
It was dominant. I don't know. There was
They
dominant.
were you wouldn't say that Nintendo had some form of dominance in the mobile space
Absolutely.
in the past?
Oh, in the handheld
Mobile
space?
Yeah.
Handhelds
Yes.
are
In
mobile,
the
are they
handheld
not?
space. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, okay. When I say mobile, are you assuming cell phones?
Well, because mobile
Yeah.
has changed now. Mobile
Okay.
is mobile.
Mobile is
and
mobile is cell phone.
Okay, in the handheld / mobile space.
They are dominant in the handheld space. Yes.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So with the Switch, they wanted to aim it at a wider demographic of video game players through multiple forms of use, targeting the home console users when you dock it, the mobile users when you lift it from dock, so on and so forth.
Yep.
They implemented more standard electronic components. They tried to get real fancy with the Wii U. You saw that didn't really work out. So they want to make it easier for programmers to make games, make it more compatible against all the game making engines all out there, things like that.
Mhm.
The third thing that was on their list was external support. If you look at the Wii U game list, there aren't a lot of games. Third-party developers did not want to develop for the thing. So with the Switch, that was the first thing that they did. They reached out to a whole bunch of developers, say, "We got this toy, this new toy. We want you to give it a go, see what you can make for it," and things like that.
After you pay us.
And then they released it March 3rd of 2017. So 5 days ago is its 4th anniversary. How time flies. They initially anticipated selling 100 titles for that first year. They ended up making 320 first party, third party, and indie developers by the end of that year.
Boom.
Mm.
It's a great
Obviously, as a 8th generation console, it is competing with Microsoft's Xbox One and Sony's PlayStation 4. Nintendo never really did release their consoles on the timeline per se. So now they're in
Yeah,
the
they
9th
did.
generation.
Yeah, they did. When did the
I was
Wii
gonna
come out?
say,
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah, they
I'm
did.
sorry?
When did the Wii
With the
come
Wii-
out?
The Wii came out around holiday, yeah. But I'm talking about the Switch in general.
Just the
They-
Switch?
this one did not.
Yeah, the Switch
they
is the
did not
only
come
Switch
out
is
in-
like one of the
Yeah.
only ones.
And you know, honestly,
Smart.
before the Switch even came out, they was having financial problems. They was
with
going
the
down.
Wii U, yeah.
Yeah, they was going down, and the guy, what Bowser? What's his? No, Bowser's the new guy, right?
Reggie Fils-Aime.
Yeah,
previous.
he said that if the Switch was their make or break console, like if the
Right.
Switch
Mhm.
didn't do what it did, then they would
Nintendo would have been
under
out.
right now. Yeah,
Nah,
Nintendo.
I think Nintendo would have finally had to give their games to Microsoft and Sony. Like how?
Oof.
Kind of like how
Oh,
Sega
yeah.
did. They're like, all right, we can't hack this
Yep.
with another console.
Sonic on
We'll
the
just stop making
Xbox.
games. Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
no, that's Sega. Mario on the Xbox.
Mario on the Xbox. That would have been sick.
wild.
They're so glad the Switch is a
Wild.
juggernaut. This thing is a juggernaut.
Yeah, it definitely beasted. But with that being said,
Yeah. So they released it. They were only anticipating selling 2 million units. They sold 3. Right now, at this current lifespan, it has sold more units. Well, I'm sorry. That first year sold more units than Wii U ever.
Well, we use
Is
trash.
at 11 million.
Continue.
Yeah.
Wii U trash. At current, it has outsold its 3DS line, Lifeline. So the Switch
That's
is
a
on
big
a
deal.
war path right now. However, it's not exactly the most powerful of consoles.
No.
The original Switch, released in March of 2017, features an NVIDIA Tegra X1 processor, which is based on the NVIDIA Shield gaming console that was released in 2015, 2 years before it.
the Shield. That one of us.
So the
wanted
Android
it.
tablet, the Shield tablet,
Yeah,
that
it's a
NVIDIA
console.
games,
Yeah, I remember the Shield.
4 gigabytes of RAM, 32 gigs of onboard storage, 6.2-inch screen with 720p, and it outputs at 1080, 720, or 480 via HDMI. They had to re-release the Switch in August of 2019 due to the community. You know how a console comes out, everybody likes to hack the thing. So this one was based on a newer processor, an ever so slightly newer processor found in the current year's NVIDIA Shield and the Switch Lite. Around 2020 is when we started getting rumblings of the, mid 2019 to early 2020, we got the rumblings of the Switch Lite and the Switch Pro. Obviously, we only got one of those, the Switch Lite. But those Switch Pro rumors never really died down. And right now, they're even more prominent. We're seeing reports of Nintendo quite possibly releasing a new console either this or next year. People dubbing it the Switch Pro. You know, play on words. You got the Switch, Switch Lite, Switch Pro. And it got us thinking because there was an article that I read that says, what would we like from a Switch Pro? So we decided to have this talk here, and I like to do it 2 ways. So I've read, this question was actually asked to a number of developers who are currently developing for the Nintendo Switch. So I'd like to combine our wants and those of us who are listening, y'all's wants versus the wants that I saw from developers as to what we would like to see in a forthcoming Switch iteration.
Are we coming up? Yeah. Go ahead, Key.
I'm interested in knowing whatever what developers want, because my question is, do developers want what's best for gamers or what's best for them? Like, do they want better stuff to be able to develop?
Well, I
I've
mean,
seen
isn't
both.
that I feel like if they want better tools and better things to develop better games for the players, no?
For the players.
Better. No, I'm talking about the console as a whole. Like you know what I mean? Like they're gonna focus on things that make their job easier, but not how do I say? They're gonna make their job easier, but not give us quality of life changes. Like just because it makes their job or making games or developing things for them easier doesn't mean it's a quality of life change for us as a gamer.
Yeah,
that's why
it doesn't necessarily have to go hand in hand. It should. Like they
it doesn't
should
necessarily have to go hand in hand.
Like they should want things to be like, all right, now I can better implement the thing I want to implement because your dev kit is allowing me to, as opposed to I got to do too much to implement this thing. We're gonna skip it. We don't want it. Screw it. You know what I mean? It's like, so hopefully that's the case. Hopefully.
So you're more curious as to what developers are requesting. What about you? Or are you all on that same?
No. I just think we should all compile a list and then send it to Nintendo. So between what the devs want, what the whole Trigger Talk squad wants, everybody involved, whatever we come up with, and then we send it to them. We just tweet it to them. Yo, this is what we think. Run it.
I know what I want. The very first thing that comes to the top of my head.
I wonder if it's mine. Go ahead.
What issue? Wait a minute. I
got 3 ready.
Okay.
Simple transition from what was it? I think it was from Wi-Fi to LAN it can't do that, right?
Well, natively, it doesn't even have LAN.
No, it doesn't have.
It doesn't.
No.
So
you have to connect it to the. No, don't you have? You have to buy something extra.
That's right, and that's not a Nintendo
You have to buy
product.
an external.
Yeah, it's not a Nintendo product, right?
So it doesn't even have LAN.
So okay, give it LAN.
Give it LAN. Okay.
Use all of that. I wanted to have LAN direct
Direct connect.
It doesn't even have to be on the console itself. Like have the dock, give the dock a LAN spot, and I'll be happy with that.
Is that interesting? Because I didn't see that listed in any of like the developer asks that are reviewed. So that's
exactly what I was saying. I don't think a developer
because they're cool with Wi-Fi. They cool.
I don't think a developer ask would be the same as a quality of life ask for a gamer. That's what I was saying.
It definitely won't.
So when you say Trent, well, okay, let's say you did have. So it's just your ask is just LAN, period.
Well,
just have an easy way of putting.
I don't remember. It's been a while since I've connected to LAN, but I think there was an issue with if I was to be connected on LAN when I pick up my console, would it automatically go to Wi-Fi? I don't remember. There was an issue where my game or picking up my console from the dock. And going back to the dock, there was something that wasn't seamless. Like the HDMI thing was seamless, but
it sounds like it could have been going back. It sounds like going back to the dock, it wouldn't go from Wi-Fi to LAN.
Automatic, right? I think that's.
I don't have the LAN. I don't.
Well, I know for certain.
Oh, you never bought the LAN?
No, I just used the.
I know for certain the PS4 doesn't do that. You have to switch it in. No, it does not.
No,
wait, no,
I
didn't
specify it.
Yeah, the PS4 does not. What about the 5? I don't think the 5 does either, does it?
Probably not. I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't think so.
When you plug in the PS5,
so whichever one you have specified, that's the one it's going to use until you tell it otherwise.
It won't auto pick up Wi-Fi.
It won't transition.
It won't just transition on its own.
Whack.
So if Nintendo were to do this,
like
they would be the
change. You walk into a restaurant you've been into, it just. Yo, you want to reconnect, or if you have it on auto, just auto join.
I plug in my computer. Well, then again, I don't have Wi-Fi on my computer, so it might be different. But like when I plug in my computer to LAN, it automatically goes to.
It'll just switch right over. Yeah.
Also, I think the Xbox does that too.
Wait a minute, no, time out. When you unplug your console from the LAN, it doesn't automatically go to Wi-Fi.
Nope. You got to go to settings. You got to close your game, go to settings, and
you
redo your
seek
network
out
settings.
the wireless network, do all of that. Yeah, you got to do all that
every time, every trip.
The only console that I've seen where you don't have to do that,
Series X.
Series.
Yeah, it actually threw me for a loop because it did it automatically. I'm like, all right, I got to type in myself. Oh, they're already here.
So did we just find something else that the PS5 is lacking? Boom.
Oh, that both of the other parties are lacking, but yeah.
So what you got,
sorry about that audio spike, y'all. What do I have for the Switch?
Yeah, you said
I got three things off the top of my head. It was the first things I thought of. So thing number one is actually software based. A freaking party system, bro. It's can I get one? Can I get one? Can I get a party system, please? So I don't have to use Discord, or I don't implement Discord to your console like he suggests. Do that. Give me something, bro.
That needs to go to real consoles before it goes to a borderline handheld.
I mean,
which will never.
Maybe that will be the first one, and the other consoles are like, all right, well, if Nintendo's doing it, we'll do it. But
because Microsoft will be damned if they put Discord on their Xboxes before Skype.
I mean, Nintendo is like a trailblazer in terms of like the analog, the Rumble feature, all these things. So
they could be a pioneer here.
Discord is already implemented with Xbox, so it's gonna happen before anything else.
Yeah, I mean,
when you say implemented,
whatever. Give us some sort of party system, please.
Yeah,
please. I don't want to use my phone. I don't want to use the PSN. I don't want to use Discord unless it's implemented on your console. I just want to link up with my friends and talk. Even if we're playing the same game, different games, it shouldn't matter. That's number one. Number two is that screen. So the screen is plastic and the bezels are huge. Like why are the bezels so giant? when there's all this
Bezel.
space for screen. Look at all this space on the sides for screen, and that they didn't utilize at all. That's trash.
Yeah, if you look, they kind of do
Cool.
the same thing
I
on the
just thought
light
of-
too. Like
yeah,
there's
like even the light. Look at all that
big bezel right
space.
there.
Crazy.
There's a lot of bezel on the thing.
I just thought of another one.
And
Common.
the last one off the top of my head is Bluetooth connectivity. Like I can't connect to headset unless I plug it in. So like a lot of us have headsets that do both, that go and a lot of people are moving to wireless. People just have wireless headsets. And this thing doesn't have Bluetooth. You can't connect to it. So unless you have a wired headset, which a lot of people are going away from, I still happen to have one. But the other headset I have that you just gave me, Reese, is wireless. The one I intend to buy is wireless. Like it doesn't have any Bluetooth, and it's very trash for a handheld console to not allow you headsets, because like people use these on the go. Like when the world was not what it is now, people on the train, on the bus, they're at the cafe playing this thing, and they can't unless you have wired. Bro, I don't have a wired.
Wait,
I
time
don't have
out.
a 3.5 jack on my phone. Like
Time out.
it's crazy. Yeah.
To rebuttal? No,
Yeah.
I don't know. It does.
Response?
Mine. I did plug my headset into it. My headset uses a USB-C slot. So if you have a headset that uses USB-C, that does work. I have the what do they call, Reese? The Steel Series Pro 7, Steel Series 7.
7P.
I don't know.
Right.
7P. Octa's
7P.
7P.
That's
Yes,
an
but what he's
aftermarket
saying
option,
is
but it
native.
doesn't
Like,
have
he goes in-
Bluetooth. That's a common thing in everything on my desk has Bluetooth.
It has Bluetooth. It's just not user accessible.
Right.
Like
you can't access it. You can't use it.
Yeah. And what
We-
he's saying is he wants to be able to just go into settings and pair it natively rather than having to plug something into the console.
Mm.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I
Yeah,
agree too.
like-
But do the consoles do that?
What's up?
Do the consoles have Bluetooth?
None of the consoles
Or
do it either. But it's for the sake, it's the fact that this one's portable, and almost anything portable that I own, I have a Bluetooth headset.
Yeah,
Right.
bro. Like
no, that makes sense.
it's
that
crazy.
makes sense.
So yeah, like my top three were party system, party chat, smaller bezels, and a like the screen period, fix the screen, and Bluetooth connectivity for a range of headsets.
What's the other one you came up with?
Another one I had was the whack, cheap, little, useless, bunk kickstand. If you don't give
kickstand
me
garb.
a better kickstand than that janky junk on the back of that joint, I swear for goodness. And mind you, this thing is like at least a foot. How long is the Switch? The Switch is like, I don't know how long it is, but it's got to be like a foot.
Yeah.
Right? It's gotta be like a foot, 10 inches to a foot long. And you give me one kickstand. I get one. I couldn't even get two,
What?
bro.
No, not even that. Why is it off kilter? Like, why don't you center it?
Bro,
Why
if
do
you're
I
only-
not have like multiple, like anything that has a kickstand nowadays has multiple viewing angles, like lockable viewing angles. So I could be like, oh, I want my Switch here, or something like that. That thing?
Yeah, no.
You knocked
And-
over with a light breeze, it's falling over.
Yo, it is, and it's only one. Mine's
See?
literally just popped out. It literally just popped
That's
out.
what I was gonna say. Like mine's popped out at least 10 times by now.
Mm. Oh,
Yes, you can
this
pop it
sucks.
right back in.
see, mine has never popped
Absolutely.
out because I barely ever use it.
I don't use
Oh,
it
I was
either.
using-
It's useless.
I was using that kickstand a lot.
I tried
at the
to.
beginning.
When I first got it, I tried
Mhm.
to. I wanted to like
Yeah.
lay down, play some Super Smash or whatever, but nope,
Yeah.
wasn't happening. Like,
Yeah, I used to use it on like when I used to work overnights and stuff. I just prop it
Mhm.
up and play with the Joy-Cons loose, but that was it. At home, never. It's either on the dock or in my hand with the Joy-Cons.
mhm.
Yeah, the only
They
time I
use that
really
at
used it is when I was over, like if I went over your house and we was playing 1-2 switch and we'd have the dog just
Look, man,
kickstand it real quick.
Now, what about you,
I
Reese?
don't
What you got?
care. I don't care if it's used point zero 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 zero
Give
zero
us a hot
zero
one.
seventh of a time. If you're gonna give me it, give it to me with some
Oh
quality.
no, I'm not.
Because that
I'm
thing
not
sucks.
rebuttaling you in any way, shape, or form. It's
we're not
trash, and we need a nice one.
That thing sucks, dude.
We need a
Um,
nice one.
What you got,
Bluetooth is
Reese?
one of mine. Also, I always want like freedom of Bluetooth. Like PS3 gave that to us and then took it from
And then
us.
took it away,
It
and
was
we've
like,
been lost.
Get it? Like everybody had their own their own type of communication on PS3. I had like the single ear thing that the old heads would have on their cell phones. Some have stereo Bluetooth, things like that. So why would you take something so innovative away that gives us such freedom of speaking to whoever we're playing games with?
Yeah,
that's one. That's honestly my primary one. I don't have too much issue with it. I wish the Joy-Cons were a little bit, if they are slightly bigger. And after reading how exactly they construct the Joy-Cons, after we had that whole drift conversation we had last week with the lawsuits, I wish the Joy-Cons were of higher quality.
Well, yeah, across the board. We wish Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo would stop making trash controllers, please.
The screen is also, I agree with you on the screen, also is quite trash. For a mobile device, you always want to make sure that your brightness reaches a certain level of nits. That's the measurement used for screen brightness. Because I have a relatively hard time using this thing outside. Like if it's spring or summer, I want to go outside in the front yard. The kids are playing on the lawn. Just want to be kicked back playing something. I can't play because it's so damn bright outside.
Yeah, max.
I gotta put something over and be like, just to play your game. So something like that.
It's because the screen is plastic instead of something else, like some sort of glass.
Yeah, it's OLED. It's on the cheaper LCD side. It's not the fact that it's an LCD panel. That's why.
Yeah, it's like low, like you said, it's low quality. But that's why it costs $300, right? Because they skimped on the kickstand. They skimped on the Joy-Cons that they charge $70 for. They skimped on the screen a little bit. They cut corners to make this thing $300, and we see it. And now we're 5 years in?
So man, it's like, them Joy-Cons are over expensive. They're over expensive. There's no reason a Joy-Con should be the same price or more expensive than a PS5 controller. No.
Well, we just learned recently that the PS5 controller shouldn't be as much as it costs either.
Also true.
It's okay. So if the PS5 controller shouldn't be what it costs, then the Joy-Con definitely shouldn't be what it costs. Like that just proves my point even more that it shouldn't be what it costs. Like
I think the Joy-Con should cost somewhere around $50, $60 in that range, because there's a lot of technology inside of them.
But
like you can literally turn it sideways and play it.
Inside of it.
What's up?
Say again?
Because you can literally use them separate. You can use them together. You can there's a lot of I can't just turn this one controller, this one PS5 controller, and turn it into two. You know what I mean?
But that is technically one controller. It's half and half.
It's one and two.
Right. Because you could play if you had
you're technically buying two controllers every time.
Yeah, if you had two sets of Joy-Cons, you could then have 4 people play a game.
Okay.
Because they go sideways. They go like this.
Yeah.
And you can literally play.
You have a single stick.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah. And we've gone to Reese's house and I've games like Mario Party, I'll play with one Joy-Con.
Absolutely not. You missed me with that.
But
you've done that a number of times. It's not a comfortable experience, but it's usability.
Yeah, no, you can miss me with. No, I understand it. I can argue against it, but but as an adult, but if you're a kid or something like that, whatever. But no, I understand. You can turn it to 4 controllers. It is a possible thing.
Yeah. Even as an adult, I've used it. I've used it a lot, with my wife, with friends. So it's cool. But that's why I would say it's still worth. I wouldn't put it at 70, but 50, 60, right along with all the other controllers, I'm with it because you're getting a set.
Mm-hmm. So before I get into you guys on Nusky?
Yeah, one last thing.
Okay.
If I'm gonna be paying top dollar for your games, I want top dollar. What's the word I'm looking for? I should be able to play all the games. I shouldn't have Switch specified games.
Shouldn't be like
you know what I mean? I should be able to, whatever game comes out on, if it's cross platform, some games come out for Xbox and some games come out for PS5.
I already got the example loaded. I'm ready.
Those games should also be playable on the Switch if I'm paying full prices for your game.
But isn't that on the dev publisher to put the price?
On the publisher?
It's not on the dev. It's on the publisher. Right.
Isn't that on him to set the price? Not necessarily.
But Nintendo's not going to let anything on their shop that they don't approve the price for.
Also, they
You
can't.
really think they'll turn it down because they don't want to put it at full price?
But to tease out though,
Yeah.
but you would have to completely make the game different. Like The Witcher didn't come to the Switch until it was made ported playable on the Switch. Like you have to make it playable on the Switch. It should be ready to go. It should be ready to go.
And then it like so. My thing is with Key is I agree to a very high degree because my experience with that was NBA 2K20. So NBA 2K20 on an Xbox or on a PlayStation is full-fledged NBA 2K. All the features, everything. Then it's NBA 2K Lite. I think it's called Cloud version or something like that. It's not the same game. It is a watered-down trasher version of the game that they charge the same price for.
They charge the same price for that?
That's on them then.
What's up? No, it's not even about that. It's literally if I'm going to pay the same price, it shouldn't be a lesser game. Shouldn't be a lesser game.
This is what you have to understand. Fine, you can say that it's on the publisher to set the price, right? It's on whoever. It's not on Nintendo to set the price, right? But the game has to be ported over to the Switch.
Exactly.
My beef is that it should be made ready for the Switch. If it works on the 5 or the 5, if it works on the 4, if it works on the 1, it should also work on the Switch as well. Like I shouldn't have to downgrade, cut back, and port it to the Switch. It should be playable just as is, like it is on the other consoles.
But because your console is so drastically less powered,
it's not nearly as powerful.
Then it's like, well, why am I paying the same price for your game?
Well, this is the Pro we're talking about now.
But now we're talking about.
Whoa, hey, I can't hear you guys.
Yeah. All right, let's go back to the 90s and Fire Force. They've been doing this this isn't brand new. Fighting Force, for N64 and PS1. Those games were completely different experiences. I went over to y'all house and saw y'all play the game, and I saw stuff I'd never seen in the version of my game. But they were still charging the same price for both of those games.
You don't feel gypped? You don't feel like you're getting juiced?
Okay?
You don't feel like you're getting
hoodwinked?
Like this is something that's new.
That is no justification.
It has nothing to do with it.
Not a justification.
I'm not saying that it's a justification. I'm saying this is not new. Like this isn't something that's going to change just because we're on this generation. If they have been doing this since the 90s, it is 2021. Why is it okay for them to still be doing the same thing? It was okay.
So what's the point of bringing it up?
Okay, it's being made for that specific hardware. We can't blame the hardware. That's what they came with. They always had the weaker hardware for the most part. So why would they all of a sudden decide, oh, their hardware's weaker, but let's push it to the battery's going to burn out the moment you start the game? Why would they do that? They know it's the weaker console, and they're making it for that specific console. And they're the ones deciding to set the price, not Nintendo.
Reese,
I'm listening.
We are currently talking about the Nintendo Switch Pro. We are not talking about the Nintendo Switch proper.
Right. We're saying going forward, we would like to see out of the
Pro.
It's still a possibility that it might not be the case.
All of this is the possibility that it might not be the case.
Yeah, literally.
This is what we want.
Speak the points, though.
Huh?
You still got to speak the points, though.
You broke up. Say that again.
I said we still got to speak these points, though. That's all.
Well, yeah, but it's like you're fighting against the feature. Like that's crazy.
I'm not fighting against anything. I'm just putting it out there. If I'm fighting against it, like, no, I'm not trying to justify anything. I'm trying to explain something to you.
Yeah.
You're trying to justify the fact that they have continuously given us weaker hardware and saying that it's not new.
I'm not trying to justify any. First of all, stop saying that. If I was trying to justify it, I would have started with that.
You would have started saying what? I'm justifying this. Nobody talks like that.
Well, so the blame isn't on Nintendo. The blame, that's fine. That's not even my concern. My concern going forward is at least bridge the gap between what you have now and what is out, so that way we're getting the full title. So even if okay, so let's say it doesn't do 4K, but at least it's 1080p and it's the same game. Don't give me 720 and then mad features missing, stuff not the same, and then charge me the same price. I don't care who's responsible. Give me at least some hardware that I can run the game. Like
Nintendo is responsible for the hardware that goes into the consoles for developers to be able to make games for their consoles.
Right.
And the Nintendo Switch Pro make your Pro strong enough so developers can put games on it that are on other consoles.
Because
this is what
you do force the developer's hand, because the developer's not going to charge less for their game. They're not going to be like, well, I'm just going to charge less, because they have to do more work to then port the game to your weaker console. So they're not going to charge less. Obviously not, because they got to do more work to go make your game whack, to go make it whack. Like, you know what I mean? Or not whack, but less of. Like, of course, the dev's not going to be like, well, I'm only going to charge you less. Nah, they're never going to do that. But please, do something. Like, give us a nicer processor. Like, give us something, please. So hopefully the Switch Pro has some cooler features, because man.
So KJ2294 says that if the devs know that the game is inferior, then they should charge what it's worth. Right. So what I'm saying, and in turn, we are getting a plethora of games that are coming out for the major consoles and not coming out for the Switch, because they don't want to charge less. They don't want to, you know what I'm saying? They don't even want to play that game for their game.
Yeah, like they don't even want to get involved in that shit. Like
they don't touch it. They don't touch the Nintendo. So in turn, Nintendo players are getting less games than the bigger consoles, right? But what I'm saying is, if you just make your Pro strong enough to handle these bigger games, so that the developers can make games and charge their full price for those games, then that Pro would be lit. Like,
they're
that
getting
would be
less of the AAA blockbusters. They have a ton of games, RPGs, and all the indies. They flood that thing because it can handle it, and it's a cool place to play all those games. But it would be nice to load up Ghost of Tsushima on my Switch.
Would it?
What's up?
Would it?
Yes.
Well, you can then put
if it could handle it.
You can put it on the dock and play it on big screen. So like, you can go, if I can travel imagine getting on a bus or the airplane and being able to play Ghost of Tsushima. Sign me up. Yes, it would.
Sign me up for that. I can be on the plane and play one of those games. Like I could go play God of War on my Switch on the plane. Sign me up for that.
When I get to my hotel, I can dock it and play it on the big screen.
Amazing.
Like your console is technically, it could have been like something. It's great. It's amazing.
It is.
I don't want to make it sound like, you know what I'm saying? But it could have been much more if it could have played more games.
Right. Like, we're talking about ways that we want to see it different and better for the future. We're not, like, we do enough of talking about the Switch in the current state. We're talking about the future. I think a lot of people are getting stuck on the current one. It's like, no, this is just stuff that we hope is in the next one going forward.
Mind you, the Switch came out, what did you say, Reese, 5 years ago? Do you think technology hasn't advanced in the 5 years?
That's not what they're marketing this console for, to be able to play that they have their particular ways of why they make these particular consoles. And it just so happened that when they called out for the developers to kind of avoid what happened with the Wii U, it just so that they include these bigger titles. It is 4 years, by the way. It was 2017. Not that really makes much of a difference, but
a year.
I don't know. I don't think, because of what this console is made for, I don't think those experiences would be best on said console. Sure, you'll play Ghost of Tsushima while you're on the plane. What, it'll last like an hour?
You're thinking about the current one, though.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about the new one. Like okay, find a new one. Will last an hour and a half. You gotta remember that this is a mobile device, and you burning this game that runs at whatever it runs on.
You're putting
these consoles.
Yep, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
But you're putting your personal life, your personal usage into the thing. Give me the capability.
Okay.
Give me the capability. I should be able to play a AAA blockbuster on your thing, on the go and on the dock. It has a dock, right? Does it not? If we're getting to the point where we're talking about the battery, come on, dude, then just give me a better battery going forward. Or
you could just stuff a bigger battery into everything now, can you?
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is there are solutions going forward to give people what they want, to give them a bigger, better, stronger Switch. Instead of fighting to have things not change, why don't we be optimistic and give us things that we hope can change for a better console? Because this console,
because
as
these
cool as it
things
is,
cost things. Like,
limited.
yes, or I want to improve one thing, is going to affect something else. This is the part that is constantly forgotten.
Charge me $400 for it. Run it. Charge me $350.
Did you ever think that you would be playing a Call of Duty game or any shooter for that matter, and when you pull down the R2 button, you'd feel you're actually pulling the trigger yourself?
Innovation.
No, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, stuff is we're moving forward in the future. You're thinking about the now. Like, they could potentially come out with a slim battery that lasts long, 3 hours, 4 hours, whatever the case may be, to hold the power that we're talking about here.
Battery technology has been stagnant for the past 2 decades. I don't think within the next few months they're going to come out with something that's going to improve it that drastically.
We're just saying, give us a way to do that thing.
And I'm telling you, these ways have costs. You can't just be like, oh, yes,
we're
they
not
can do
saying
this.
They don't have
everything
costs.
magically going to be better.
Who said they didn't have costs? This is a super wish list of things that you want.
I didn't say that they didn't. I'm just telling you that is part of it. I'm making sure that if we're going to have this conversation, that all aspects are covered. We can't just say, oh, yes, put a bigger battery on it, make the screen better, make it accessible with AAA titles. What is that going to cost? The thing might blow up on you as soon as you try to run a game. It might not last as long. The console might get bigger. Now it's uncomfortable. Now it's not as comfortable to use mobily. We have to change everything that you own because it's a different size. Kind of like
what's it going to cost to put Bluetooth in it?
It has Bluetooth in it. That's a software thing that's different. Not really, but yeah. Kind of like what happened with Apple when they switched from the 30-pin to Lightning. Like, all that stuff that you in the iPhone vibe, then they changed it. Now everything you have is useless. The cost of improvement was that everything you own prior is done now. So when we're thinking about improving the hardware like this, you have to keep these types of things in mind. Yes, it would be sick to play AAA on the plane while you're flight. I'm not saying it wouldn't be. Yes, it would be sick to pair your own Bluetooth headset to it so you don't have to go out and buy proprietary hardware. But you have to keep in mind that these things are going to affect something else that you might end up complaining about down the line that you are not thinking of right now.
That's what I'm saying. I don't necessarily have to, because this is just my wish list. None of this is real.
I know that. I'm just saying, keep on your wish list. Just keep like, okay, I wish I had this thing. And underneath that thing, just be like, oh, this might happen. That's all.
But the point of this conversation wasn't realism. It wasn't about being like super realistic. Real, isn't it? It was, what are features that you would like to see on the Switch going forward? That's what I would like to see.
All right.
That's it.
So let's get into that then, because now
how to give it to
we're running a little late. So keep in mind that some of this is kind of sort of rumor and conjecture. There are official reports, but obviously Nintendo hasn't said anything out of their mouth directly. It was noticed that Nintendo has requested from Samsung 7-inch 720 OLED panels. So now currently the Switch has LCD, which I said was really poor visibility and bright sunlight, things like that. So now the screen's going to get bigger, has a different technology, OLED instead of LCD, but it's still 720.
Right. So we got to wait for the Switch 2. No. 1
million units a month. So people are projecting that this thing could potentially release between September and 2022. The Switch 2 is they having some truly wide features, including potential dual screen support. This is all rumors, like I said. And NVIDIA's deep learning super sampling technology. Another rumor was that, yes, this new Switch will upscale to 4K, but instead of it being in the console itself, the dock will have the DLSS technology. So when you dock it, instead of going from 720 to 1080, it goes from 720 to an upscaled 4K, kind of like what our consoles are doing now, because our consoles don't really push out true 4K.
Right. That's what. So you're proving a concept. Like, that's a concept. That's like, all right, it's hard to do, but they figured out a way to sneak it into the dock so it works.
Okay,
that's all we're saying.
It still has.
There's ways to do
and it
still
stuff. Has cause. That don't forget that. Don't get
this whole realistic cause thing. Who cares? Who
that's
cares?
Not what we're talking about.
Who cares what, Key?
That's not what we're talking about.
Continue.
Are you done?
Yeah.
My goodness.
No, actually,
Go
I'm
ahead.
done. No, I'm done.
Mother. The developer points really quick because I want to make sure B has enough time for his segment. This is from Thomas Kern of FGG Entertainment, who brought us Oceanhorn and Monster Boy. I'd love to see a model that has a 1080 onboard screen and the necessary processing power to run Switch dock performance in portable mode. Omar Corner, the technical director of Wonder Boy, is more cautious and warns that hoping for more powerful hardware. Well, he's warning about that. I have to say, I love my Switch and wouldn't want it to change too much. It's the perfect fit for the games that we are making. More powerful hardware is convenient, but it also creates a tendency to drive the average game budget higher in order to be competitive. And this has knock-on effects for developers' ability to experiment.
I have a question about that. It's what? So it says that has the potential of driving the cost of the game development up to be so it can be competitive.
It has a tendency to drive the average game budget higher in order to be competitive, and this has knock-on effects on abilities.
Games are already $60.
Not game cost. Like, the company's cost.
It's like they don't have to compete with Call of Duty, so they don't have to raise their bar. It's what it sounds like to me. Like they're like,
the games are $60 regardless of what one is doing over the other. The games cost the same.
Well, right, but he's saying that we don't have to worry about that competition. If we did, we didn't have to spend more money on our personal game. We had to spend more money on our game to have it compete with a AAA game like a Ghost of Tsushima. That's wild. That's so
basically saying. So basically saying that if their console could do more, they would have to then spend more so that they take full advantage of what the console can do. So wait. Whatever. You know what? I'm done with Nintendo.
Oh my goodness. Corner feels that boosting the Switch's resolution could result in an awkward balancing act. When higher resolutions are available, the tendency is to sacrifice frame rates. Rather have a 1080 at 60 rather than a 4K at 20 to 30 frames.
Gotcha.
Last one. As developers of a racing game, this is Edwin Smith of Feral Interactive, who ported Grid from PC to Switch with impressive results. As developers of a racing game, we'd be really happy to see support for analog triggers on the Switch's Joy-Con. Right now, they're digital, so it's either yes or no, versus analog, where it's assigned values depending on how deep you press the trigger.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Personally, I'd like Nintendo to take advantage of the ingenious way the Joy-Cons slide on the side of the Switch to propose more Joy-Con variants for bigger hands.
For real.
Or even maybe a left Joy-Con with a D-pad instead of the buttons for 2D games.
For real. Like
having a Switch Pro,
yeah.
Having a Switch Pro would be a great opportunity to add these kind of devices because Pro means more choice. The last one was more along the lines of faster internal storage, similar to what the PS5 did with their super SSD and how fast it goes and things like that. They'd like for them to increase the minimum micro SD card requirement so that games can load faster and things like that. The topic of wireless audio, another one of B point, when we spoke to Switch developers, with many citing the lack of Bluetooth audio support as being a real negative to the current console. The console also lacks a microphone, which means that Switch players are missing out when it comes to online multiplayer.
Yeah.
And then some.
Yeah. Which is weird because they did some magical things with the microphone on the 3DS, and then for them to omit this on their, I don't know, it's weird.
This thing is sounding like the more you read from what the developers are asking for and the rumors that are circling around what's actually being patented and whatever at Nintendo, it sounds like that this is the Nintendo Switch 1.3, not Nintendo Switch 2 or anything. It sounds like a Pro, not a whole new
one of the code names actually with the Super Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, right. It's
so that would be hilarious. Yeah,
right. It's like Nintendo Switch Super Saiyan 1. It's like it sounds like it's gonna be the same thing. They're gonna make it look cute, change a couple of features, and charge $300 for it, or maybe $350, maybe $4. You never know with Nintendo, and literally just ride this wave of success and not give it a big overhaul because people like it so much. They're not really going to touch it. So
what are console life cycles? Like 7 years, 6-7 years?
It's 6 years, and they're doing they're doing something in the 5th, 6th year that's not a brand new thing. Like that's kind of trash. It's kind of trash to me.
Yeah.
Like the PS4 to PS5, like maybe the interface isn't that different and it's a little whatever, but the hardware is substantial, you know. And that's
that was 7 years. We're only at 4.
It's kind of a bummer.
They got 1 or 2 left. Who knows? They might come up with something.
We shall see.
But yeah, that was a combination of our asks, our wish lists, as Key like to say. What I saw as far as rumors and what Nintendo actually has done, and straight from the developer's mouths.
Yeah.
So if you have ideas yourself, you pop into the Discord and let us know what those are, because we'd be curious as to what you have to say also.
What do you want on your Nintendo Switch?
The Discord link is in our Instagram description. Our Instagram is at Trigger Talk TV.
Boom.
All right.
It's also right there in the chat if you are watching this live.
All
right, let's do this thing. Let us do this thing as quick
and I guess it is time for B's throwback of the week. It's time for
It's doing what it was doing last time.
All right.
How many times I put it in and out in one play?
No worries. But let's hear that throwback though, because I'm curious. You was working a little late on this one, so it might be something good.
He's working late on it?
Well, late-ish.
Reese sounds like he knows. Reese is in the know. Y'all,
I have 0%
Reese got the inside scoop. That's crazy how you guys collude against me.
Yo, do you watch? Never mind. We'll get into that later. All right. So, throwback of the week. So this week we have a game hailing from Nintendo. It was published by Nintendo. It was developed by Nintendo. I picked a Nintendo game intentionally because I knew we were closing with the Nintendo Switch. This game was produced by Miyamoto. You guys all know Miyamoto, so we're not even going to get into anything else except this game's name. It was released in 2000, The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask.
Who's Miyamoto?
Miyamoto? He's responsible for like
Shigeru Miyamoto, responsible for
that we love, not you. Super Mario, Pikmin, Donkey Kong.
Oh, okay.
Legend of Zelda.
I was like,
F-Zero.
you guys know who Miyamoto is, and I was like, oh, that's crazy. Okay,
we should.
Wow. We should know who that is. I know who
real
that is
gamers know who Miyamoto is.
I told you, I don't care for Nintendo.
Yeah.
Period, bro.
Yeah.
I don't care for them. They have some dope games. They do.
Hold on. Wait, Keith, hold on real quick. Majora's Mask, though. Hold on. Let's talk
Never
about
played
this.
Majora's
Mask.
Wild.
Never touched it.
Majora's Mask.
Favorite one in the series.
Yeah, Majora's Mask is dope. Majora's Mask picks up on everything Ocarina of Time did. It's pretty much the same mechanics, but then they add this system, this time system with the 3 days, and you're racing against the clock to beat the game. It is just.
But they detract and they take away the fact that you can't go old and then young and then old.
That's
and
just
then
a different
young.
trope. Like it's just a different.
Huh?
It's just a different trope. Like he doesn't do that in every game. That's the Ocarina of Time thing.
That's Ocarina of Time.
I know. But so when I heard that that wasn't in there, I was like, "Oh, this game's bad," and then I never played it.
Man said it. They detract.
Boy, you missed out on a
They
gem.
changed one feature. Oh, it's crazy. It's trash.
Nope. I don't get Adult Link. Throw it away. I don't want to be stuck as a kid the whole time.
Tell us about this great gem of a game that released.
No, bro.
Please.
You tell us. This is your favorite game.
Boy, this is my favorite Legend of Zelda series. From, like you said, the clock system where you have to rewind time if you just didn't get there fast enough. How many masks were there? I think there were about 30 masks in the game, each with their own feature and each that you had to use in a particular puzzle in order to overcome it. Yep. And then there was the Bomber's Notebook.
No, there was 24 masks in total, Reese.
There were 24 masks. Okay, I was close.
And some of the masks you
yeah, so-
like you wear, he gets bigger, like the Zora
Yep, so yeah.
transformation when you're in the water.
So yeah, there were 20 like base masks. So they all give you like different abilities, like the bunny mask. You run really fast, you hop, and things like that. And then
How
you have
about
the 4
the Pikachu
transformation masks. So technically speaking, there is quote adult Link in the game, but you just got to collect a particular mask to get him. That's all
What's
I'm
the
saying.
Pikachu mask do for you?
The Keaton mask,
The
you
Keaton
use
mask.
that for a particular side mission to get someone to come out their house and proclaim their love to somebody else.
Ah,
Yes, I remember what every mask does still to this day.
Bro, you played that
But
game.
no, the game was like it had all these different systems, and in case you were worried of the fact that you had to keep cycle these 3 days over and over just to do one thing, you had a lot of things to do. Like,
Yep.
and that's how you obtain some of the masks. Like there was one mask that helped you keep your eyes open because you had to go talk to an old lady that told you the story that you would fall asleep if you stay awake long enough. Yo, it's just
That's
so
awesome.
damn cool what they did in this game.
that's awesome.
And I could talk about it all day, but we ain't got time like that. But no, I know you're not gonna play on the 64 version. They did re-release it for 3DS. I don't know if you have one of those, but if you
don't.
have not played, if you only played Ocarina of Time and you haven't played Majora's Mask, you're doing yourself a disservice.
I have the DS Lite. Is it like the wait? Yeah, it's the DS Lite.
It's a 3DS title.
It's a 3DS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, let me
Yeah.
get that DS Lite though.
Huh?
And there's like
Let me get that
low key some roguelike stuff in here too. Like if you mess up and like the 3 days elapse and like the moon smashes the world and everyone's
That's
gone,
game.
you lose everything.
You lose that, yeah.
Like if you don't put your money in the bank, that money's
If
gone.
you put your money in the bank,
Clear
yep, so all your
puzzles,
items. You
keys,
see your
minor
as
items gone.
as you're falling back in time, you see your items just coming off your person, your bombs, your arrows, your rupees, all that stuff. So you better bank that.
Yep.
I have a question.
Yep.
I might have an answer.
Completely unrelated. The Nintendo DS Lite has a slot
Yes.
too. What is that for?
GBA games?
You can put GBA games in the Nintendo DS Lite.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm about to get golden, son. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But yeah. Wow. What he should be doing is getting a 3DS and getting this Majora's Mask. But no, seriously, this is an amazing game.
Yeah. And then the characters forget who you are. They forget you.
Huh?
Like when that happens, you lose all your stuff.
Yep.
The
When you go
characters
back,
forget
you lose everything. And only very few people remember, but the general populace is right back to where it was. Everybody's building up for the festival.
Yeah.
So
I like games that are like a race against time, a race against the clock, you know, games that like have that feature like this game, like at what is it, 7 hours or 6 hours, the timer shows up on your screen, like the real countdown.
Yep, it's right there at the bottom.
At 6 hours, boom, and it's like, oh, I'm taking too long.
That clock is consistent. No, that's there the whole time, but it warns you every 12 hours. Like, oh,
okay, there you go.
What time?
Yeah.
You only got this much time. You only got, it's. I might have to get me an emulator, man.
Yeah, and like you don't lose all progress, like major story points. If you finish those and you go back, like that still happened. But at your collection of maps, music, weapons, puzzles, keys, everything resets. Everything resets.
So if you navigated a whole dungeon, you didn't get to the boss the third day, wipe. Do it again.
See you later.
Do it again.
Run it back. Yeah.
No,
and there's
the
like
game is
songs you
ruthless, and I
play
love
to
it.
play with the time, slow down time, double time. Yeah, it's sick. It literally
It's so
expanded
cool.
on the Ocarina of Time, which is like one of the greatest games ever made, and just made these little. They basically made all these little systems within the game that just expanded upon it.
There's so
much.
many different little systems. That's what's crazy
Majora's
about it.
Mask is fire. So like whenever someone says like their favorite one is Majora's Mask or their favorite one is Ocarina of Time, it's really interchangeable to me. It doesn't
They're
really
interchangeable. They're
it's
basically
not
the
like
same
that
game.
one was better. Like I don't really get into all that, but Majora's Mask is dope. Fire. Masterpiece of
Thank you. I need
masterpiece of a game.
But
I will close with that. We can go run over the topics one time for the one time. Closing statements, gentlemen. What y'all got?
I'm buying both of those games, and I think I said enough about the Switch features that coming up.
What you got? What you got, Key?
Yeah, no, that It Takes Two. I'm pretty sure they got that name from the song. Like they had to.
Absolutely.
They had to.
You know what I'm saying? They had to. But no, that game is it's most likely a cop. Especially if it's going to be what you said, $40. If it's just $40,
$40,
yeah, it's $40. Yeah,
a lot more pleasing to the eyes. And huh?
I said what?
It is more pleasing.
It's
I'll
more
be honest.
pleasing,
I
like,
$39.99.
I don't even want to pay $70, $60 or $60.
No, that's not a 60, 70 game. No.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that RPG is looking absolutely fire. It sucks that it's on a subscription base, so I would have to beat it in a month. I definitely want to play it.
Same.
So if I get a free
I'll
trial,
huh? I was gonna say I'll give that like 2 or 3 months because that's paid $30, $40 for that game.
Okay, I would pay $15 for that game.
Yeah, so I could do
pay
3 months. I see what you're saying. I see how you're
Yeah,
gauging it.
I would pay $15. Yeah, okay. When you put it like that, then yeah, fine for sure. I'll use that.
Strats, bro. This emo right here that you like to do on your stream.
Oh, you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Oh, my stream is fun, man. But and Nintendo, y'all need to do better, man. Y'all need to do better with this next console. To be fair, I only use it as an RPG box, but it could potentially be more. It could be more than my personal RPG box. This is how I use it personally.
Mm-hmm.
It could be more than an RPG box if y'all would allow it to be more than just an RPG box. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Say something. Go ahead. I did.
Fantasian is these are our personal closing statements. You cannot speak on other people's closing statements. Let them have their statement. Let them have it. Fantasian, I will be getting that. I will be playing that. I will let you guys know about that one. It Takes Two. It's me. You guys know I love these types of games. It's a sign up and it's a play. Hopefully I can play it with a significant other, or I'll just play with one of the crew. And the Nintendo Pro or Nintendo Switch 2, whatever you guys are naming it, whatever it's going to be, just, man, give me a party system. Like, above all else, above all the hardware stuff, like, right, there's going to be costs and things of that nature, fine. Give me a party system. That ain't going to cost you that much. That ain't going to cost you.
I think that's like the one thing that all three of us agree on. Like, give us a lobby. It can't be that hard, seriously.
Yeah, give me a lobby and let me use other headsets. You can put it on another channel. Right? Isn't that possible? Like BBS's Bluetooth 1.0, 2.0, 3.0. Like, just make the sticks 2.0 or 3.0 and then whatever. I'm not getting into all that. You can do way more with this thing. It's so cool. It could have been the best console ever made, but it's slacked.
Them sales speak otherwise.
What's up?
I get what you're saying.
No. It's a nice piece to have. You're going to get it. If you're a gamer, you're going to grab one. You're going to have it. Like, you're going to use it. But, like, this could have been the best console.
Bro, period. I hate sales. I hate sales in an argument, man. I hate it. Yeah. I can't fight against it. I cannot, and I will not fight against it. I just hate sales in an argument because the PS5 outsells the Xbox. But the I don't use my PS5, bro. Like, like the Xbox is so much.
Still bought it.
But that's why I don't like sales.
Right. Still buying something is cool, but like when we get down to brass tacks, feature for feature, you know what I mean?
Like, I bought both consoles, but I only use one. When you go look at the stats and the sales, you're gonna see that I bought both consoles. You're not gonna see what I use at the crib.
That's indifferent to them. What matters is
I don't care about them. I said I hate sales because B brought up a point he was making about wanting consoles. It could have been the best console, blah blah blah. And you brought up stats. You brought up a sale. That's what you brought up. And I said I hate sales as part of these conversations because it does not determine what you do in your home.
Right. And like how they track that afterwards is time online, the time you spend on your PSN versus your Xbox.
Like how you say you don't care about that, they don't care how it's being used. What they care about is that you have it.
I don't care about them.
Okay, but what I'm saying is you don't care about them. They don't care about how you use it. It's in your living room. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, I understand that, but we here are talking about what is best. Like they don't care. They think their system is the best. Every company thinks their own system is the
Of
best.
course.
And you
We
should buy it.
as a group here are talking about what is the best.
Right.
And when we're talking about these discussions, I don't care about your sales. I care about what you do, what your console does.
What you're making.
And right now, my Switch gets more play than my PS5.
Sell it then.
Can we end this? Because I'm
That's
done
all
talking.
you, bro.
End with Poking the Bear. I gotta
End it.
end with Poking the Bear. Take us home, Key.
And with that being said, this has been another very humbled episode of Trigger Talk TV.
Trigger Talk TV.
Trigger Talk TV.